So we are just about ready for the opening kickoff. Sanoma versus Woodlawn, and I was able to catch some of the game last week on television with Sanoma versus McKinley, and you see the big win, and they look very impressive. You were able to see some of the Woodlawn, or all of the Woodlawn Dutchtown game. What did you see from Woodlawn that stood out?
Yeah, Jeff, Woodlawn was impressive. They are big up front. Offensive line is big. Defensive line is big, and they were the only team so far to slow down the rushing attack of Dutchtown, and they contained it. They were impressive. I only think they had 4 penalties. They're disciplined. They're a disciplined football team, so it's going to be a tough battle. There's no doubt. If they play the same game they played last weekend, Sanoma, depending on what kind of game plan they have, and I'm sure they're fired up and ready to go, but it's going to be a good battle.
And you see the coaches right there. Marcus Randall for Woodlawn. He's 6-14. That's a little deceptive, as he kind of took over a program from rock bottom, and he's played tough non-district schedules, and that's kind of the reason for the record. But they have a very good team. And David Oliver, Coach O, he's been doing it forever, 14 years, 85, 56. Sanoma, they lead the all-time series 19-5. But I was there last year, and Woodlawn with a big win. They just had a huge second half. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. It was a close game at halftime, but then in the second half, Woodlawn just exploded and pulled away. And so that's kind of where we stand right now, and we are ready for the kickoff. And it looks like number 11, Tremont Douglas, will handle the duties for the Woodlawn Panthers. 2 deep backs at the 10 set up for the Gators. And we are ready to go, and it's going to be taken at the 10, and they're going to try it right, and gets up to about the 28-yard line, returned by number 38, DeAndre Taylor, and so that's where the Sanoma Gators will take over. First down and 10, so 78 yards to go. We'll get to the Sanoma offense after first down, and they are led by Cole Poirier, Taz Paul, but then you have all the receivers that are doing such a great job as well. And so they got the receiving core led by Noah Luke. We'll get more into that as you see number 7 in the backfield to start the game, Joshua Maurice. So Paul not in the game to start for the Gators. First and 10 from the 28-yard line. Shotgun spread. Poirier looking to his right, and that's complete to Maurice. And he gets to the 32, so 4 on first down. And the offensive starters for the Sanoma Gators, quarterback Poirier, and as we said, Maurice in the backfield. Taz Paul will be in the backfield as well. Receivers, Noah Luke's the big receiver. Then you have Forbes, Taylor, LeBlanc, Bukwai, Tana Oliver at tight end, and then the offensive line, Powell, Smart, Weber, Williams, and Vaughn.
And I think Taz Paul has an injury, and I think he's out this week, Jeff.
Okay.
I think that's what happened. We just got a quick update on that.
Okay, so he is out this week. And on second down.
And this is more what we've seen, the run stop. I think Coach Oliver, that game plan, Poirier came out on the first play, and he threw.
Joshua Maurice trying the middle.
So I think they're trying to get Poirier comfortable, and they feel they can throw the ball a little bit better than run it against Woodlawn.
That's going to be a big deal if he's not able to play Taz Paul in the backfield.
9 for the Gators.
So now it's third down and 9 after the 2-yard loss. Shotgun from the right hash. Poirier takes a snap. He's looking to his left, caught, and I believe it's just going to be shy of a first down. It's caught by 38 Taylor, and it's going to bring up a fourth down and 2. So just a little bit shy of the marker there, and they're going to have to punt
for the Gators.
Yeah, and Poirier looked good on those 2 throws. I mean, he's 2 for 2 coming out already. So the first 3 plays, 2 passes and one run. And as Poirier goes back to punt, but it seems like they want to get the passing plays, set in place and in tone to try to run is what looks like Coach O's game plan is.
Exactly. So it's fourth down and 2. And the snap goes Poirier, and he punts it. It's a beautiful punt. Look at that. back to about the 16, and then they let it bounce, and then he takes it, and he loses it, and it's on the ground.
Fumble on the play.
And it's going to be Sandoval football at the 5-yard line. That was very ill-advised. As the deep back let it bounce, you see him right there, number 3, and then a big hit afterwards. DeWan Adams with a big mistake there on the punt return, and now first and goal for the Gators.
Yeah, and that's just something you don't do. You know, the coaches, I'm sure at Woodlawn, when that ball bounces like that, they are taught to not go get that ball, especially when the defenders are on you. And he was on the 12-yard line, 14-yard line, and very ill-advised, but a big play for the Gators.
Yeah, I think that he wanted to get it initially, and then when he saw the bounce, he was kind of worried probably that it was going to go inside the 10-yard line, so he tried to stop it right there, but then he was clobbered by a couple of Santa Maria special teams players, and the big recovery, and it's first and goal. So that's a big break. First break of the game goes the way of the Santa Maria Gators, so now it's first and goal from the 5. And touchdown! Takes the lead, 6-0. And so Jeff, you see the fake to Maurice. They've been on that. He had an open lane right up the middle.
Yeah, nice read by Poirier right there. Just a little read option, and they all went with the running back, and Poirier stepped in. I think maybe one hand on him, not enough to bring Poirier down for sure. So it's a great read by Poirier, touchdown Gators.
And so now coming in, it looks like they're going to do the swinging gate. Now they set up for the more traditional extra point.
Cooper Cheatwood
as Bersaje will
to hold, and Bo Bersaje will
attempt the extra
point after
point
for the Gators.
And it's a line drive. Good.
And it's good.
7-0 is our score. Santa Maria over Woodlawn. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
Now take 2-point blast ball.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from EATEL Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
A proud supporter of
and we're back,
athletics.
And our score 7-0, Santa Maria with the lead. And Jeff, I know you got to like that, as that just illustrates how special teams can make a big difference in the ball game.
Oh yeah, Poirier had a great punt, and Woodlawn didn't rush. It looks like they set up the return. And
I think they're kicking off for the
deep receiver
was
attempted to run when he shouldn't have.
And the kickoff will go and bounce at the goal line, and they have to take it out, and he's got a lane outside to the 35, to the 40, and a good return by number 0, Jamarcus Sewell. And it looked like they were going to just concede the touchback, but then it bounced forward and had to do something with it, and they got 40 yards on the return.
Yeah, it looks like Poirier put a little English on it. He stopped it on a dime at the 1, and he actually had to make the tackle right there. He had a touchdown saving tackle at about the 43-yard line. I don't know if you want your quarterback making the tackle like that, but he put a lick on him.
So now he'll get a break and sit on the bench for a little bit as the Woodlawn offense takes the field, led by Ricky Collins. And there's the handoff. Gibbons and the handoff up the middle for 5. It's going to bring up second and 5. And let's take a look at the Woodlawn starters on offense. You got Ricky Collins, and he's a good one, and he's going to be a really exciting player. Gibbons and Haynes in the backfield. Wide receivers, Adams, Henry, Benton, and Jones. And then the offensive line, Lewis, Walker, Brackens, Taplin, and Day. And now on second down, a couple of broken tackles, but can't get past the second wave. It's a 1-yard gain for Javion Haynes, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and Jeff, this is two straight runs, and this is what happened last Friday night. I think they only passed 16 times and ran the ball more. So looks like the focus is changing from passing to pounding the football for Woodlawn.
Now they're set up in the spread on 3rd down and 5 as they look to the sidelines with 8:27 left to go in the first quarter. Now it looks like they have their play. 4 on the play clock, 3, 2, and they get it off, and he's going to keep it, and he's not going to get it. So 3 runs, and on third down, quarterback keeping Collins. They didn't fool anybody. It's 4th down.
Yeah, 3 straight runs, and look, Santa Ma's in there, base 3-4 defense, and they would not getting pushed around right there. All 3 plays. You know, the first play of Monty Givens, number 5, picked up a few yards, but after that, you know, stuffed them on 2 straight plays and forced them to the punt.
So you got to give the credit right there to Dylan Carpenter, the right defensive tackle. He made a big play, a big stop, and we'll talk about the Santa Ma defensive starters next time Woodlawn has the football, as it's 4th down and punting time for Woodlawn as they have some offensive substitutions. I want to make sure they have enough or the right amount of players on the field. 2 deep backs for Woodlawn as they take the snap. It's a good one, and it's a short punt. It's going to bounce at the 32 and takes a Woodlawn bounce, and it's still rolling down to about the 23. Actually, got down to 18. Wow. Actually got down to the 18. So
23-yard line.
That's a good bounce and a good break for.
Yeah, I think that was only a 15-yard punt in the air.
Athletic program.
And so the defensive starters for Santa Ma, Peyton Anderson, Jashawn Davis, Dylan Carpenter, linebackers Landry, Amade, Jackson Boston, Peyton Alamo, quarterbacks Trayshawn Dunn, Vernon Scott, safeties Landry and Zeller. So that's the defense that made the stop on 3 downs for the Santa Ma Gators, and now the offense, who started out with a 3-and-out. Both teams had their opening drives with 3 and outs, but Santa Ma was able to get on the board after the fumble deep in Woodlawn territory. So now it's 1st down, and you see the empty backfield, 5 receivers set up for Santa Ma.
District Attorney Ricky Babin. Once again, thank you to all our sponsors.
And there's a completion on 1st down. And
Cole Poyer's pass is complete to DeAndre Taylor over the middle.
Caught by
1st down,
DeAndre Taylor. And so a big gain on 1st down. So now you were talking about they're trying to throw the ball, and they got a big gain on 1st down.
Yeah, little slant right there. I'll tell you what, 38 Taylor, he is quick. He's a little water bug, and he caught that little slant over the middle, and he's returning kicks. He's returning punts. Looks like one of their quicker go-to receivers, too.
Absolutely. He has 12 receptions for 204 yards and 5 TDs on the season. And on 1st down, there's a handoff, and they will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Taylor trying the left side.
DeAndre Taylor on the carry.
Yeah, they're putting him all over the place, and very versatile athlete.
For the Panthers.
Well, you said that Paul was not available today, so they're probably trying different personnel back there to see who can do something in the backfield. So a 2-yard loss on 1st down with 6 minutes, or we're approaching 6 minutes left to go in this opening quarter. 7-0 Santa Ma with the lead. So 2nd and 12. Neither team able to establish a running game so far. Man in motion. It's Taylor. They're going to give it to Maurice up the middle. He's got a hole.
Joshua Maurice.
He gets about 6 on the play, so they'll bring up 3rd down and 6 at about the 45-yard line. So that's the first, the best run we've seen so far here tonight for the Gators.
Yeah, and Woodlawn had 8 people in the box. They brought up their linebackers, and they looked like they were playing gap responsibility. And once he busted through the initial part of the line, you know, the secondary had to come up and make the tackle. If they're going to stay in that lineup, Santa Ma may be able to exploit them.
So now they do have.
They're opening up.
They're spread out a little more. They have five men on the front, and on 3rd down, pass is complete. And going backwards, and will not get the 1st down. Luke Cole about 2 yards shy of the marker. Then he kind of reversed his field a little bit and dropped a couple of yards, and it's only a 1-yard gain, 4th down.
Yeah, these DBs for Woodlawn are quick. They closed on that play really fast. You've seen 3 of them.
You've seen him do that a little bit against other opponents, but this is definitely a jump up in the level of opponents. As you said, their DBs are outstanding, and they did not let them get any open space.
But Poirier was averaging a little bit over 36 yards a punt. That last punt had to be close to 50, Jeff, in the air. It was a great punt. Let's see what he gets off here.
Good snap, a little bit of pressure, not much, and another decent punt. It's going to bounce at about the 23, and it hit another Woodlawn player, and they're going to recover again. How about that? First down at the 14-yard line for the Gators.
The Gators recover.
Oh, it hit 24 in the helmet. As you saw on the replay, hit Marcus Stewart in the helmet. One of the blockers downfield, and that's two bad breaks on punts for.
It is, and that's just a communication issue there.
Yeah.
You know, you're taught when that ball hits the ground, get away from it, but it hit the back of his helmet. He's not seeing it. The receiver, the punt returner has to be able to say, get away, but it seems like there wasn't much communication on that one from Woodlawn standpoint.
So special teams is making the difference, as Sanoma does not have a first down tonight, but they have 7 points, and they're in the red zone again after 2 miscues on punt returns. And on first down, it's going to be a keeper.
Poirier
gets inside the 5 to 2. So a first down run by Cole Poirier, and again at first down deep in their territory, he keeps it and he gets good yardage.
That was a well-designed play. That was a fake pitch. And I guess Poirier had the option right there, and he seen a lot of green in front of him, so he faked the pitch and went straight in for first down, and from the 4?
They're going to say about the 3-yard line.
3-yard line.
So it's first and goal for the Gators. 3:54 left to go in this first quarter. They run the eye, and there's Maurice. And he is in for the touchdown. 14-0 Sanoma. And the special teams making all the difference here tonight as a 4-yard drive and a 14-yard drive for the Gators.
Yeah, that is just power football. But you're right, Jeff. The 2 great punts by Poirier. Right now you got to chalk those up as the best offensive plays
exactly
the Gators have had. They capitalized on it. That is big, and it puts Woodlawn down 13-0. With an extra point coming from Bersaje, who's perfect on the year, I think.
24-25.
25. So
absolutely. So he's near perfect.
Bo Bersaje will attempt the point out for the Gators.
Point, good.
And
14-0. 1 first down for the Gators, 14 points. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL High School football game of the week.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from EATEL Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
$3:49 left to go in the first quarter. Sanoma 14, Woodlawn nothing. Bit of a shocker here as Sanoma takes advantage of a couple of turnovers on punts. Got the short field both times and got into the end zone. It's 14-0, and Poirier ready to kick off for the Gators. And this one's going to be returned again from the 4. Going to try to get up the middle. Big hole. And gets to the 28-yard line. And again, that's Marcus Sewell, number 0, junior wide receiver for Woodlawn. And now they've had the ball 1 time on offense, one possession, and 3 runs, no passes. Now they're down 14. You might see something different here.
Yeah, I think they're going to start airing it out. There's a lot of time left in the ball game, so there's no reason to panic yet. But you're down 14, and you can't stop Sanoma yet. You stopped offense, but not the punt team. So you got some questions if you would like.
So first down, and there's a reverse, and it's strung out in a nice tackle. Sewell is wrapped up.
I tell you, the Sanoma defense is flying sideline to sideline.
Yes.
Coach Thomasy does a great job as a defensive coordinator, and he has these guys ready, and the speed of Woodlawn, they're matching it.
No gain on the play.
Very impressive start for Sanoma.
I bring up 2nd and 9 for the Panthers.
And now Collins will finally throw a pass, and a receiver wide open, a blown assignment to the 40, to the 30, broke the tackle, and he's going to score. As that was just a missed assignment as a catch made by number 6, Kyle Jones, senior wide receiver.
Desiree Delmar
Nobody near them.
on the reception.
No, Jeff, I'm not sure if Ricky Collins is going to have an easier catch and completion for a touchdown than that one was. But definitely a blown coverage there.
Well, there was a little bit. It appeared that one of the defensive backs for Sandoval was tangled up with another receiver from Woodlawn.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Maybe a little rub route, and he was just sitting there.
But wide open, and just like that, 14-6, and the extra point is good. So it's 14-7, 2:55 left to go in the first. You're watching the EATEL High School football game of the week.
Introducing outage text alerts from EATEL. Sign up is quick, free, and easy. Stay informed, receive updates, and get emergency messages. Plus, our outage text alerts will notify you when there is a service disruption in your area. Sign up in 3 easy steps. Just log into your account, go to account settings, and select text notifications. It's that simple. So, sign up today at myaccount.eatel.com.
So it's 14-7 now as a quick strike from Ricky Collins to Kyle Jones, and Woodlawn is on the board. So now we got ourselves a ball game again.
And both times they've kicked to Taylor, and you got Cole Sims back there, who is a very good returner as well, very fast and quick. Let's see if they try to. It looks like this one's going to go to Sims.
So he takes it about the 7-yard line, and he's going to cut outside to the left, and he's wrapped up and won't get past 25. He's tackled at about the 22-yard line. And so now the challenge for Sandoval, only up by 7 after taking a quick 14-0 lead, is to get a little bit of sustained movement on offense. They haven't been able to get a first down on their side of the field so far here tonight.
Yeah, no, and before Woodlawn made the score, I was starting to think that, hey, does Sandoval get the ball and punt and go down and recover?
Right.
You know?
Maybe it should punt on first down.
Try to get some rhythm here. I'm sure that's what Coach Seth Babin, the offensive coordinator, is trying to get Cole Poirier and his Gator offense in some type of rhythm.
So they're in that spread offense. And on first down, it's a fake and a pass complete.
Cole Poirier's pass is complete over the middle to Noah Luke on the play.
And Luke, their top receiver, 23 catches for 378.
Yeah, that's that little slant to Luke, very sure-handed. I mean, that seems to be open all night. That's the second little slant that was done. And Cole Poirier and his little team have been throwing that slant since he was in the 7th grade at Galvez Middle School.
Absolutely.
So they know how to run it.
Learned it from Swack.
That's right.
He'll be out here tomorrow. 2nd and 1. And a handoff to first down. Maurice
the left side
to the 45 to the 47-yard line. So a nice little cut there and broken tackle and good yardage on second down.
Yeah, it was a good zone read played. He did a little stutter step and he seen the hole and he went and DB number 3 had to save him, but that was a great pickup, almost to midfield now. So you know.
Yep.
First down right there, a good play on 2nd and short.
So that's the second first down, but the first down on their side of the field as they took advantage of 2 red zone turnovers and got 14 points early on. 1st and 10 from the 46. 1:41 left to go in the first quarter. Shotgun, quick pass, complete to Luke for about 3. And again, that's one of those plays that in the non-district season, he was able to break free and get some extra yardage, but he hadn't been able to do that here tonight.
Yeah, he just can't get it. And the Gators keep lining. It's the same formation. I hadn't seen anything different. Just 2 wide, very balanced attack at it, and that's almost like a run play. It's just a stretch play out to the side, and if you break a tackle, you can go.
So they still have that 2 left, 2 right, working from the right hash. Final minute of the first quarter. 14-7 is their score. Shotgun. And now he's looking left. He's in trouble. Now he's going to be dropped for a sack.
Cole Poirier on the keeper.
Yeah, and that was going to be just a little swing pass right there to Joshua Maurice, but he was covered. The linebacker had him, and I seen Poirier look downfield. You know, he picked his eyes up and looked down, but everybody was covered, and that defensive line of Woodlawn is strong.
credit the sack to number 97, Mark Fielder, and number 13, Deshaun Flowers. And so it's a 5-yard sack. It's going to be 3rd and 13 from the 43 on what might be the final play of the first quarter. 3 receivers now set up to the left. And he's looking left, throws a pass, and it's caught, but only for about a 4-yard, 5-yard gain. So it's going to be 4th down.
It's complete on the left side.
You throw it in Luke's direction, he catches it, huh?
Absolutely.
I mean, he came back for that ball, and
Absolutely.
he wanted it. Even though he was short of the first down, he was the only one even halfway open.
So now the punt was the most effective offensive play for Santa Maria. We'll have to wait for the second quarter to see that happen. So we'll take a break, 14-7. Santa Maria leads over Woodlawn. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
They're licensed in both commercial and residential construction.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
14-7, we begin the second quarter, and now the most exciting play
Cole
on the
Poirier
night
and
for
punt
Santa Maria, the
formation
punt,
for the Gators.
as the third punt of the night for
Clayton
Poirier.
Adams back
Both of the
deep for the
previous
Panthers.
punts were recovered by Santa Maria after a turnover
And
by
both
Woodlawn.
of them inside the 20. I mean, the first one was set up inside the 10, and the second one maybe about the 12. So,
Yes.
costly fumbles. That's not a fumble at midfield. That is deep in your zone.
He should be able to pin him back right here from the 48-yard line. And it's a line drive, and they're getting away from it. He takes it. Fair catch.
Might have been a good
At the
decision.
6.
Panthers will have 1st and 10.
That one looked like it had a
Here's
little bit
their
of
own
momentum.
6-yard
Could have
line.
possibly bounced through the end zone.
You'd like to continue
But-
to recognize
Yeah, and
the
no
turnover.
I think they're a little nervous because, normally you put your heels on the 10, and if the ball is going to get kicked over your head, you let it go. But I think with the last 2, Coach probably told him, if it's anywhere near you, fair catch this thing. Don't let it hit the ground,
Yeah.
and don't run.
So that's the plan. And
ITI.
Woodlawn led by
Duck
Ricky
Roost
Collins. You
Sports
see how
Network.
fast they could score on that
Seafood
previous
Bill
drive.
Supply.
Empty back set here,
Precision
so
Center, and Ralph
this is a throw,
Sellers.
trips
Once
to the
again,
right.
Thank you to all
Possible
our
quarterback
sponsors.
keeper. No, he's gonna throw. Now he keeps it. And he's got plenty of room to run. He's got a
Ricky
first
Collins
down.
on the keeper up
And
the
he
middle for the
slides to about the
Panthers.
30-yard line. So smart play by Ricky Collins, a junior quarterback. Still got one more year of this guy in district play.
Yeah, and Collins, he did that a couple of times last week against Dutchtown, and he does that little slide at the end. He knows how to protect himself and where he's getting to go. But that was a long run there. I don't think he had one that long last week, but he's showing it with his legs too tonight.
So now first down from the 30. And there's a handoff, I believe, to Givens, and pushes the line ahead to about the 34 before he's taken down from behind by number 32, Jackson Melanson. He's got 35 tackles, 33 tackles, so make
Amani
34.
Givens trying to
I think that's
for
only the
Panthers.
second carry for Givens so far.
They've
and,
only had about 5 plays of offense.
he's
going
their
into this.
workhorse.
And there's a little quick swing pass. And it's
Ricky
caught,
Collins'
and
pass is complete
it's caught
on the
by
right
Jones
side.
for a short gain. It's going to be third down and about 2. So another third down situation. Santa Maria was able to stop them on third down on the first possession of the night.
And when you talked about Jax Melanson and Lee Amadei there, they're making some good plays at the linebacker spot, and that means the defensive line is keeping them off of them.
And just look at the momentum up there, and a big run for a first down
Amani
by
Givens.
Givens. And 2 flags
the
now
middle
on the
for the
field. So
Panthers.
as of right now, it's a first down.
I think they had some talking going on. Givens is a hard runner. He's not a terribly tall guy. He's probably 5'8", but I think he goes about 205. So he is thick, Clyde Edwards-Helaire-esque, I guess.
Right.
But very reminiscent of that. It takes a lot to get around him and stop his momentum.
And about 2 or 3 guys took a stab at him, but it was Dylan Carpenter who had to come all the way from his line position and and catch him about 4 or 5 yards downfield to make the tackle. It looks like it's going to be assessed against Woodlawn.
Yeah, they had some jawing going on.
So an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Unsportsmanlike conduct was the call against the Panthers.
It looks like they're gonna mark it from where he was down and push him back another 15 yards. Now they're pushing him back a little further. It looked like the marker had him set up at about 3rd and 4. Now it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that's costly for Woodlawn there. Good swing of momentum for Sandoval. I mean, that was a first down for Woodlawn. Not sure what happened, but it looked like they had some talking going back and forth, maybe a little bit of pushing and shoving, but you got to keep your head about you, especially in this tight game.
Absolutely. And if one side says something, don't respond, because that's usually what they throw.
And look, empty back is set again. This time trips to the left. This is when Collins ran last time and got a good big pickup.
So it's about 3rd and 11. And he's got all day. Throws deep downfield, and it's caught at the 25, and he's going to score. And Clayton Adams, just like that, we're about to be tied 14 to 13 as Adams beat his man downfield, and that ball was just thrown on a line. Perfect. Can't do anything about that. Beat his coverage, number 25, Hamadeh.
No, and if you
have a Hamadeh on a receiver like that, that's going to be a tough
Hamadeh was running down the middle 30, 40 yards, and Ricky Collins had all day to throw. I mean, the line did a good job. They bunched up the Sandoval rush, and if you're going to give Collins that kind of time, I mean, a Purdue commit, he's going to pick you apart.
Definitely one of the top talents in District 5A. Two great quarterbacks we see here tonight in Poirier and Collins. Extra point is good. We're tied at 14 within the break. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from EATEL Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
So a 95-yard drive very quickly by Woodlawn. Capped by the touchdown reception by Clayton Adams, and now we are going to kick. And it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line. A nice return up the middle by DeAndre Taylor, so they get the ball close to the 30. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Gators.
And coming out of the last series, I seen Coach O call over his offensive coordinator, Seth Babin, and they had a little chat. They were looking at the play card and probably going through some things and saying, hey, we see this, we see that. Let's see if you make some adjustments. They've been running a base offense with very even. Now we got a little sniffer back in.
Yes.
So going to more of that zone read.
So 1st down. And it's a fake and a throw left. Whoa, look at this. Oh, he overthrew him. There wasn't a player within 20 yards. The intended receiver, Bukwad.
Well, it was a run formation. It was a read option all the way, and probably a good RPO there where Poirier made a great read and said, hey, I'm gonna pull this thing and we're going to throw it. And a flag comes, so I'm wondering, I don't know if it's a legal man downfield.
Could be.
You know, if offensive line's thinking run, Poirier sees something and goes throw.
So it's actually roughing the passer.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be a 1st down for Sandoval. So that's a break. But, man, that's unfortunate that he could not make the connection. And, again, that was kind of one of those just quick, sudden discoveries that you see. And
I think that's one of those RPO. I mean, Poirier's a senior quarterback. He knows the offense. Coach O has said that. And so I think it was a great read by him. And he sucked everybody in with the play-action fake. And receiver was wide open.
9:56 before halftime. Jeff Porsche, Jeff Pyron with you. 14-14. It's been a fun one between Woodlawn and Sandoval.
And look, Woodlawn all bunched up on the line. I mean, they're thinking running on first down for sure.
And so the option keeper. Down to the 34. So he made the right choice as they were looking for Maurice. That's the same play they scored on with that little run pass option you talking about.
That's it. I mean, Poirier's making the right reads and taking it and doing it with his own legs, carving them up. So this is going to soften him up for that same read option when he throws.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be there. But so they went away from that balance set with two wides, and look, now two sniffer backs in, so they getting really tight, but they're changing things up, and I guess Coach Babbitt and Coach O got on the right page, maybe got out of those first 10 or so plays that were scripted.
Yeah. And so now they're going to try it.
Joshua Maurice trying the middle.
And he gets about a yard and a half, so a short gain. Looks like he's taken down by Cooper, number 4, inside linebacker for the Woodlawn Panthers. So 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. I like those sniffer back plays when they put them in motion, and then they're almost like a pulling tight end at that point, but they got a head start on it, and they can seal that edge, and the running back can cut up. But right there, looked like Woodlawn had a little bit of penetration back, and it didn't quite work like the Gators wanted.
So you see Taylor and Luke checking in, so they're going to spread it out again on 2nd down.
Yeah, trips left.
And they're going to give it right up the middle.
Yeah,
and backwards, and the ball's on the ground. And I think Poirier came up with it.
Yeah, he's seen it. He recognized the ball real quick, jumped on it.
And he took a little hard hit. They're making sure he's all right. Yeah, I think he is. He's a competitor. But good awareness as two guys right there, as Leighton Smart also was in trying to get the ball. So good awareness for Santa Maria to get that ball back.
Yeah, and that's two plays where up front the Woodlawn defensive line has just kind of stalemated the line of scrimmage there. And so we'll see if they can soften up. I'd say a little play action RPO right here is what I would think, Jeff.
Yeah. 3rd down, Maurice goes in motion, so it's an empty backfield. And takes a snap, and he's going to keep it. He's going to throw it actually downfield, and a little bit of contact and a flag, so it's going to be a 1st down most likely for the Gators. As a little confusion there in the secondary.
Yeah, and I was surprised, but I think Poirier seen his receiver wide open, and that's why he decided to throw it, because I think he would have had the 1st down with his legs, but I think he looked up, great play on his part, seeing receiver open, and then when he threw it, receiver was not open anymore.
Right.
It looked like that's where the interference came from.
I think he threw it over the wrong shoulder, and then there was contact with the defensive back, and that's where we get our flag most likely.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're going to assess his pass interference defense.
I tell you what, the Gator offensive line is holding them just long enough, keeping them away from Poirier. But Poirier stepped up in the pocket real quick on that one.
Right. You talked about this. You were at the game last week against Dutchtown, and they have Dylan Sampson in the backfield, and they were kind of able to neutralize that with their big bodies and up on that defensive line.
That's right. I think the passing attack is able to loosen them up a little bit and give the Gators some opportunities.
22-yard line.
And that's an advantage that Santa Maria might have over some other teams in this district with that spread offense and Cole Poirier quarterback.
Yeah, and they come in tight again with two sniffers.
And on 1st down, Maurice trying to get something. He gets about a yard.
Yeah, and that's what was happening last Friday night, where the running back hits the hole and he has to do a little bouncing and dancing to try to get in there. Those Woodlawn guys are pretty big up front.
So 7:29 left to go before halftime. 14-14. Santa Maria versus Woodlawn in a battle to keep up with Catholic for 1st place in District 5-5A. We're going to talk about the 5-5A schedule a little bit later, but Catholic likely to also advance to 2-0 with a game against McKinley this week. 2nd and 9. And a whistle, and there's still 4 seconds on the play clock. I think a timeout has been called by Woodlawn. So we'll keep it here, and since we were talking about that, let's look at District 5-5A. And Santa Maria and Catholic are both unbeaten, but Woodlawn is unbeaten district with them, so that's why you have this battle for 1st place. Catholic, as I said, they're probably going to be unbeaten again after this week. And then you have the other teams, Dutchtown, East Ascension, and McKinley, who are also who are all 0-1 in district play. But you got the big game tomorrow night. That's going to be our 2nd game of the week. Dutchtown is going to be on the road, at home, for East Ascension's homecoming
The
at
venue rental
Dutchtown.
halls.
Does that make
right.
sense?
Panama Buffer.
Yeah, you might want to repeat that once again. But look, I would tell you kudos to the administration at East Ascension and Dutchtown for working that out. And Carly Francois at Dutchtown. It was not even a question. You know, it's East Ascension's homecoming. They deserve to sit on the home side. Miss Jamie Andrews is going to do a great job with trying to paint everything blue and gold and hide the purple. And it'll be a good night for East Ascension. And we'll see how the Dutchtown faithful do sitting on the visitor side. Yeah, it'll be a little different for them. And I think Dutchtown's wearing maybe wearing white for sure tomorrow. And that'll be odd on their home stadium.
Exactly. So you're going to be on the visitor side tomorrow night, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna hold you to it.
It'll be fun.
Okay. 2nd down and 8. And that's a fake, and the pass deflected.
Cole Fuller's pass is incomplete on the play.
And then there's a flag because of some contact between the quarterback and the defensive lineman. I think they may have been a little extracurricular. Let's see, as the pass is squatted down, and then you don't see it on the replay, but a little bit of jawing, a little bit of contact between one of the big defensive linemen and Poirier. So let's see if we can see it on the replay here. Oh, see 70 right there, and kind of pushed him down.
Definitely uncalled for. I mean, no need to lose your head, especially you're in the red zone right there, right close to it. And that was going to be a little slant pass that Poirier was going to have to throw right in the little zone, the little bullet, and it was going to be a tough completion. But he was throwing it down almost. It was looked like Luke coming across the middle, but Woodlawn was able to get their hand on it, and then number 70 got a little too excited, I guess.
So you got an unnecessary roughness and a roughing the passer along with a pass interference. So penalties are moving Santa Maria down the field right now. And there's the handoff to Taylor.
Taylor
outside.
on the left side for the
in
Gators.
the end zone, down at the 2.
I tell you what, Santa Maria is using Taylor's speed. That was a little jet sweep coming across the side to the wide side of the field. And I thought he was in. Somebody just came from the side and got him, but it looked like he was getting in the end zone there by eluding one of those defenders. But Taylor's pretty quick.
Yes, but he was stopped sideways by number 4, Chris Cooper, number 24, Marcus Stewart. They did a good job standing him up and just knocking him to the side and stopping his progress and momentum. It's 2nd down from the 2. And a keeper up the middle. Touchdown, Santa Maria. And they retake the lead, 20-14. So they haven't had a sustained drive downfield. Both of them started in the red zone.
No, another flag after the play.
Is this coming back, or is there?
No, it looked like it was after the play.
Again.
Yeah, it looked like it was after the play.
It looks like Santa Maria's moving back a little bit.
Maybe I didn't see the flag until after. But you're right, Jeff. It looks like Santa Maria's backing up and. Said holding? So holding, then unsportsmanlike?
Oh, wow. And are they
holding is the call against the Gators.
So holding and then I think an unsportsmanlike.
I tell you, Coach Seth Babin is seeing something with that read option with Poirier keeping it, and it is exposing Woodlawn's defense. And for a second there, I thought it was going to be some jawing going back and forth in the end zone. You know. Extracurricular, because the same thing was happening before, but it looked like there was a holding penalty.
Oh no, look at this.
Yeah,
they're going to assess 25 yards of penalties.
Holding and the 15. Wow. It's going to be second and
goal. Well, it's actually going to be
the 28.
It looks like it's our
holding and also unsportsmanlike conduct is the call against the Gators.
Yeah, because you could get to the 1. You could get to the 1 and get the first down. So
2nd and 28, actually.
Let's see what Coach Babin dials up here. I don't know how many of these plays you got in your playbook. 2nd and long from the 29.
And even if you don't get into the end zone, you got Bursajay, who's a good kicker. You need to just not make any mistakes and get the ball a little bit further down the field and give them an extra shot at or get a better shot at 3 points if they can't get in the end zone.
You definitely don't need to get it all in one chunk here. You know.
So shotgun. Poirier rolls to his right, going downfield. Caught!
Poirier's pass is complete on the right side.
Good timing, perfect throw. DeAndre Taylor. So that gets about half of it back.
Yep, and that's a great pass by Poirier rolling out to his right and threw a dime right there. to Taylor. I tell you, Taylor, small in stature, but this guy plays big.
Yes.
He does a good job.
So it looks like
Get your
third and 14.
50 tickets out, please.
So they got exactly half of it back.
$606.
And we have a whistle, and we're going to have the timeout called by Sanoma. And so we'll keep it here. And again, we'll talk about the game of the week schedule that's coming up here on EATEL, both live streaming on EATEL 4 and 704. And we talked about how tomorrow night you have the game between East Ascension and Dutchtown. Then next week you have East Ascension versus Woodlawn. And that's going to be a fun one as well. McKinley versus Dutchtown, so we'll be here as well. Then in 2 weeks you got the homecoming, Dutchtown, Sanoma, and then East Ascension gets their shot at McKinley. And so those are the games that are coming up. And I also want to kind of give a little sneak preview. We have a very interesting guest at halftime. 6:04 left to go before halftime, but we'll be joined by Jeff Pyron at halftime, and he might be able to give you some inside information on some of the field situations as that has advanced a little bit.
Yeah,
but
just as a little teaser, I'll tell you I'm getting excited, Jeff.
that's good. I think Sanoma will be excited too.
Yeah. 3rd and 14.
3rd down and 14 from the 15. And it's a fake into the end zone. Wide open. That is Luke with the catch. So they don't have to set up for Bersaje. I could have caught that one.
Another blown coverage, it looked like, wide open, snuck out in the back.
And so that's Luke's 3rd touchdown reception of the season. Cole Poirier's 17th touchdown.
And I don't know if you noticed, Jeff, but down in the end zone, we had longtime baseball coach Bill DeLone of Sanoma down there. I think he could have went out and caught that pass.
Absolutely.
But he was down there, hands up, touchdown. He's seen the whole thing, so he's enjoying himself down there.
That's great. The extra point coming from Bersaje.
And Bo Bersaje will attempt the point after for the Gators.
And it is good. 21-14, let's take a break. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
Tonight's Extra Point Blast brought to you by George Fairbanks.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from EATEL Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
So Jeff, it's 21-14. And we're just about ready to kick, but we'll talk about this after the kickoff from Poirier. But that was a strange drive. We'll talk about kind of what happened and recap it right after this kick.
Wellness Center. Once again, thank you to all our sponsors.
Poirier gets a long kick into the end zone, so that's the first one that's going to go for a touchback.
Cole Poirier puts it in the end zone for the Gators.
Aided by some costly errors by
Woodlawn.
Has had a roughing pass or a pass interference.
Two unsportsmanlike conducts and an interference pass.
And then they get into the end zone, and then Sanoma makes some mistakes.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike and a holding backs him up 25, and so I guess it didn't all quite balance out, but it was close. That was a good drive by Sanoma to put 7 up on the board there. Let's see, what you got, 5:52 left in the half. We'll see if they can hold them right here. It'll be a big stop.
They just got to stop the big plays. That's what's killing them right now on their last couple of possessions as Collins has it. And
Ricky Collins' pass is complete over the middle.
21-20. Unbelievable. That was Desiree Delmore.
Yeah, and Jeff, that's that little post that Woodlawn ran against Dutchtown all night. And to number 9 right there, that guy, I think he's a track guy, runs about a 10.6 800. He's quick, number 9.
Yeah, not Delmore, it's number 9.
Jalen Henry.
Yeah,
and he ran that route quite a few times. I think he's hard to cover. I mean, Santamo's having trouble with him. Dutchtown had trouble with him. He's quick. He's big.
His frame is just really impressive. And, once you square up on that guy and he gets free, he's gone.
Clayton Tate
now the extra point. This is Clayton Tate, freshman kicker, and it's good. So we're tied at 21, and we'll take a break. You have something to add there, Jeff?
Well, I was just saying that Collins seems to be going empty set. They're going with the pass, and they're quick strike.
Absolutely. So let's take a break. You're watching the EATEL High School football game of the week.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from EATEL Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
And there's the kick. It's a short kick, and it's going to be taken fair caught at the 27.
Calling for the fair catch for the Gators.
So, Jeff, you're talking about it. When we were talking about it during the break, 3 big plays, and the issue right now is there's just no pressure on Collins. Carpenter's a good rusher, but he's not getting any pressure on him.
No,
and he's got all day.
I think what's happening, if you looked at the formation the last time, they brought old school tight end and put him in, and they're tight splits, and they're just bunching everybody up, and Collins is able to just sit and dance and look over the top and make that throw. And so I'm sure Coach Thomasy is trying to figure out some way to have a stunt in there, a blitzing from the outside. Something got to slow him up.
They need to do something because they're just quick striking Santa Maria to death right now. First down and a pass overthrown, looking for Maurice.
Looks like that slipped a little bit out of Poirier's hand. I don't know if he had a good grip on it the whole time. Maurice went in motion, and it looked like it was going to be sniffed out.
Yeah, and if you want to overthrow a receiver, you don't want to overthrow the 5'8" receiver. That's like having me out there. I'm not getting my hands on it. If you're gonna throw it high, throw it to Tanner Oliver or somebody. Tanner Oliver 6'7". But it's going to be 2nd down and 10. It looks like Maurice is going to return to the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as they work from the left hash. And it's a keeper.
Poirier on the left side for the Gators.
45. And Poirier can do that keeper, and he does a good read on it every time.
Yeah, he's finding that zone, and that looked like that was a straight keeper. Looked like the defensive tackle went with the fake, and Poirier just took it and made him pay.
They're not getting any yardage up the middle. That's been the problem. They got those big defensive linemen, and they stack the box. So you spread it out and
do a little misdirection zone read, and then if you got an opening, take it and see what happens. And Poirier's getting chunks with his leg at a time.
So they have 4 men in the box right now with the spread. And it's a fake, and they're looking to the right.
Poirier's pass is complete on the right side.
Trying to break free, but steps out of bounds at the 49. That's a 5-yard gain. Maybe a 6-yard gain to get him to mark him at the 48.
Yeah, and that's some quick hitting passes right there. That's a good route right there by Luke.
Bring up 2nd and 3.
No doubt that why he has so many receptions. He's sure-handed. He runs good, crisp routes.
Love the quarterback play here tonight on both sides. Poirier has the touchdown pass, and of course, Collins with 3 of them. So it's been great quarterback play here tonight.
Maurice,
and on 2nd down, Maurice up the middle gets about a yard. So it's still going to be 3rd down.
That's the first time I've seen that play. That was a power play. You had the left guard and left tackle were both pulling on that play, and they just weren't able to seal the edge. The line of scrimmage didn't move, and it just kind of stayed still. But that's the first time I've seen that big power play coming to try to get some lead blockers for Maurice.
So now it's 3rd and 3, and they have that tight formation with the sniffer backs again. And they're going to try to run it, but they're not going to get anywhere. As wrapped up by number 54, Ellis McNeely for Woodlawn in a 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up 4th and 5.
I'll tell you, that defensive front of Woodlawn, the down linemen, there's something to be reckoned with. And I don't know if you can run up the middle on those guys. I know I seen the Dutchtown game, and we couldn't really run up the middle on them. Dutchtown had to go around the outside,
right,
and try to get some yardage that way. I hadn't seen the other games how they went, but they definitely commit to stopping the run.
Cole Poirier's in punt formation for the Gators.
Punt coming from Poirier. 2 of them have been mishandled by Woodlawn, setting up Sandoval with great field position and led to their first 2 touchdowns. They're going to let the clock run out, give them 5 extra yards, delay a game.
Yeah, I think last punt was right about 49 or the 50, and what it was fair caught on the 6.
That's about where it was.
Yeah, so I think they know Poirier's leg. This one, if he hits it, it's in the end zone, and it's only a 30-yard flip. So I think they want to give him an opportunity to use his full leg and get a good foot on it. Try to pin him back deep. He's at the 15, so we'll see if he goes back and fair catches again.
And so the punt is away, and it's a line drive, and it bounces about 9 times. Then taken at the 14. It's almost an adventure there. Gets to the 16.
Yeah, that's scary. I'm sure Marcus Randall's coach of the Woodlawn Panthers over there. His heart dropped a little bit, but I think the punt returner. I think he's thinking, if I let this go, it's going inside the 10.
Yeah.
So I might as well give it a shot. But very scary to do that.
Right. I'm shocked that he actually handled that punt.
I'm sure they're talking to him over there on the sideline about, hey, man, we don't do this. But it looks like empty back set again. And this time trips. They don't have the tight end in. And Sandoval's still in that 3-man front. They run in the nickel defense. They're just trying to defend the pass. Doesn't look like they're going to bring much pressure. And
so let's see. Collins has 3 long touchdowns on the night. And he has all day again. Deep downfield. And it's incomplete.
Now, I think that's what Woodlawn does to you. They spread you so much that if you're going to blitz, somebody's going to be open. And Collins knows the offense enough to be able to throw it to the right guy. And so when you see Amade out almost at the hashes, on a play, he's way out. I'm not going to say out of position because he's covering, but he's not used to that. He's a good run stopper. He's going to cover, but you're asking him to that's a tall task for a linebacker to cover a receiver that's that quick.
So Woodlawn's going to be pushed back 5 yards as there's a penalty. So it'll be first and it must be a holding. So they're going to push him back 10 yards. So it's going to be first down. Ball at the 8. They have to get to the 26. So it's
holding is the call against the Panthers.
And a quarterback keeper by Collins. And
Collins
he's got tons of room and he gets the first down.
Yeah, and it looks like the adjustment that Coach Thomasy made, he looks like he brought the strong safety up playing in the middle as like a middle linebacker, and he moved Melanson and Amade out to the slots to see what happened, and then they covered well, and then Collins goes up the middle. So this is almost a chess match here.
Yeah. So when you
now you got Amade coming up. He's blitzing. There it is.
Finally, the blitz.
And
they set the screen.
And that's the perfect timing. On the right side to Javion Haynes.
Downfield, pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line, and that's Javion Haynes, number 21, with the catch. So you finally bring that pressure, and they had the perfect call for that.
Yeah, and you could see the linebackers, coming up around the edges and on the corner. And if Collins was going to drop back, he was going to be in trouble. But quick screen, lineman out in front, very well designed play at the right appropriate time.
2.5 before halftime. We're tied at 21. Woodlawn trying to attempt to take the lead before they head to the locker room. And Collins under pressure again, and again meet the pressure.
Pass is complete.
Touchdown.
So
now they put the pressure, but they were able to get a quick strike.
Yeah, and I guess that's the what do you do? Do you sit back and cover and let him pick you, or do you bring the pressure? There you go again with
Henry.
With Henry, and he's so hard to cover. And I mean, Dunn is doing a great job. He's on him, but that was just a good pass by Collins.
And so now Woodlawn takes the lead, and the Clayton Tate, freshman kicker for Woodlawn.
Clayton Tate will attempt the point after for the Panthers.
And it's good.
And it's good.
28-21. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from EATEL Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
And so it's 28-21, Woodlawn with their first lead of the game. And we were talking about it during the break. They changed things up on defense. They put some pressure, and they had the right calls at the right time with a screen pass and a quick strike for a touchdown to Jalen Henry.
Yeah, I'm sure, Coach Thomasy and his linebacker coaches, Dykes and Guidry, they made some adjustments. They brought pressure, but Woodlawn was able to sniff it out.
15-yard line for the Gators.
And so Taylor gets it out to the 35-yard line. And so first down, and we're talking about this quarterback, Collins, and you got to remember he's being coached by Marcus Randall.
35-yard
line. We got our fill of Marcus Randall this week, or the previous week, going into that LSU-Kentucky game. From looking at that Bluegrass Miracle, I remember I watched it about 45 times this week, and probably like the 10,000th time. But, he's a quarterback. He's coached by Nick Saban back in the day, and so he's got a lot of experience, and he knows how to coach a quarterback. And so on first down,
Maurice trying the right side for the Gators.
Nice gain as he gets about 6. So that's a good game on first down. But
and that's that power play again. So Sandoval has not given up on the run. I don't think they want to. I think they need to eat clock up, and they're now you only got 2 minutes left. But I think offensively that's a pretty good idea. Keep the ball away from Woodlawn as best you can. Right? Let's sustain some drives. Don't panic here, but eat up some of this 2-minute clock. Try to get a score out of it. Maybe set up a Bertha J field goal.
They can get points here easily. Pressure and the pass caught.
Poyer's pass is complete on the right side.
They're close to field goal.
First down, Gators.
Left to go. They haven't even used a timeout. They did use one earlier in the half. But they should still have 2 timeouts left and plenty of time.
I'll tell you what, Luke ran a great route there. He sat in the zone right there at about the 42-yard line, and Poirier was able to hit a strike, but he ran a great route.
Luke just adding up the catches. Now Poirier looking to his right, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That's number 19.
Briar LeBlanc is incomplete on the play.
Briar LeBlanc's a pretty good left-handed pitcher too. It throws a pretty mean fastball. Tough play right there.
Yep.
Good coverage by the Woodlawn DB.
Bring up 2nd and 10 for the Gators near the 42-yard line of the Panthers.
2nd down and 10. 4 receivers. Quarterback keeper. This is what
on the keeper for the Gators.
15 to the 10. He scored!
Touchdown, Gators.
Touchdown, Sandoval.
And that's the power play, Jeff. Look at those big guys running down the field right there. That is fun to see. They running down there all the way to the 20. Look, 56. He's down there winning 55.
So Caden Powell, left tackle.
Caden Powell and Leighton Smart. I mean, that was
blocking the 5-yard line, and that's the left tackle on the right side of the field.
I love to call those big guys numbers when they downfield, but that he had been committing to that power play, and it paid off big time right there for him. Great play called by Coach Bell.
Bertha J will attempt the point after for the Gators. And it's good.
28-28. Now Woodlawn's going to have a chance to score. Oh, boy. 28-28. Watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
Brought to you by George Fairbanks.
Introducing outage text alerts from EATEL. Sign up is quick, free, and easy. Stay informed, receive updates, and get emergency messages. Plus, our outage text alerts will notify you when there is a service disruption in your area. Sign up in 3 easy steps. Just log into your account, go to account settings, and select text notifications. It's that simple. So, sign up today at myaccount.eatel.com.
Trainer, the Irish School,
28-28,
Santa Monica High
104
School,
left to go.
at no
We were
cost,
talking
and
about
we're excited
running
what this
a little clock
partnership
and
has meant for
trying
the
to score
safety
before
of our
halftime.
Gator athletes.
That is a minute 4
Thank
left.
you,
Woodlawn can score
Baton Rouge
twice.
Orthopedic
Yeah, that was
Foundation.
a great run by Poirier, and you know, I mean, you can't tell him not go in. You know, I mean, that was great blocking, great play call by Coach Babin, and put him on the board again.
And so they'll take the touchback as they deliberately let the ball go into the end zone.
Panthers
Little line drive.
First and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
I'm thinking an empty back set, Jeff. What do you think?
I'm thinking we're going vertical somewhere. I'm thinking at Santa Monica. I mean, when they brought the pressure, they scored a touchdown. When they didn't bring the pressure, they still picked them apart. So pick your poison right here. And when nothing materializes, he runs for 20 yards.
Timeout.
He's just a deadly quarterback, and so with Santa Monica calling a timeout,
Tonight's second
let's
quarter is
talk
being
about the
sponsored by
5-5A results from last week.
Experience
We've kind of already
advice, the
talked
lower
about them a
inventory
little
and
bit
competitive pricing.
from the
Equals as
beginning
them
of
all.
the
They've
night.
been servicing
But
our local
Woodlawn,
area
you
for
talked
over
about
67
Woodlawn
years.
against Dutchtown. Woodlawn had a big
Professional
win.
sales force,
And
a
I'd
wide
like to
variety
thank
of
Pat
materials at the
Email.
right
I know
price.
he's listening tonight.
You only
Thank
need
you,
to remember
Coach,
one name.
for
Did the job by
for
himself.
serving me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. You did a good job. I wish you could have run home and win, though. But Woodlawn had to win. Santa Monica, they just destroyed McKinley. It was very impressive to watch. And then Catholic against East Ascension, 17-point game. I mean, East Ascension, their record is not good right now, but they're going to be a team to reckon with.
That game was within one score late into the third quarter.
Yeah,
it was close, and just kind of got away from them at the end. And but I know Coach Lee probably learned some things from that, so it's going to be a good game tomorrow night.
Right. Woodlawn and East Ascension are kind of identical. They don't have good records, but they're very talented. They played just a killer schedule so far. So now it's first down and
empty back set.
First down and 10. And let's see what Collins decides. Throws a pass, and it's contested with Paul. 3 guys in the vicinity. It's a race downfield. They do get him at the 25-yard line. You can't really.
That was a heck of a throw.
Right.
I mean, he was covered, like triple coverage almost. I mean, look at this.
Look at 3 guys.
3 guys right there.
Oh, boy. That's just unfortunate with Henry with the catch again.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Henry, this guy.
He's got to have like 200 yards receiving here tonight.
Senior wide receiver. They got him listed as an outside linebacker. I hadn't seen him play defense, but wide receiver and outside linebacker. He's a big guy.
Down to the 25. 3 left, 1 right.
Looks like Coach Randall wanted to call a timeout there.
Let's see.
Santa Monica called one right before the play went out. I think when they seen the defense.
Yeah. But we do have a break in the action, and so let's talk about the games this week. So since we talked about the games last week, this is a good time to talk about the ones. You have this game here tonight. So the winner tonight is going to have the early lead in the clubhouse at 2-0 in district. But then you have McKinley and Catholic. That's not going to be much of a game. And then East Ascension and Dutchtown, our game of the week tomorrow night. So that's our schedule for the rest of the week. First and 10, Collins, and he's going to keep it to the 15. He's so fast, down to the 10 to the 9. So the clock will stop with the chains.
Yeah, they're going hurry up. Looks like he wants to spike it, but now he's going to back up a little bit, knowing that it's going to stop till the chain's clear. Right. And that's one thing against Dutchtown. Collins didn't run very well. He only had a couple of scrambles, and they were able to contain him. Here, everybody spread out a little bit more on that secondary for Santa Monica, and he's eating them up with his legs a little bit too.
So quarterback's looking to the right, now under pressure, gets away, now trying to get outside. He's wrong. They may have to call a timeout right here with 20 seconds.
You know, and when you're trying to throw inside the 10, Jeff, the field just shrinks for you. It is very, very difficult to try to throw inside the red zone. And as you get closer to that goal line, it gets harder and harder and harder. And, you know, still empty back set. I mean, you're at the 9-yard line and you're running the empty back set.
That's incredible, but was unsuccessful, and the pressure kind of got to him right there, and he stopped for no gain. And so it's 19 seconds left to go. Tie game. I believe all the timeouts have been called now by Woodlawn. And again, a reminder, halftime we will have Santa Moss Band who will perform, and then we will be joined by Jeff Pyron again, and we'll talk about the field situations, and we'll talk about, we'll get into specifics for every stadium in the district, and talk about where they stand and when they could be ready. Some of them could be very soon. We'll tell you more about it at halftime. Second and goal from 9.
Yeah, now they're putting Adams in the backfield with Ricky Collins.
Where's Henry, number 9? I think he's in the slot to the right. And pressure gets away, thrown incomplete.
Collins' pass is incomplete on the play.
13 seconds left to go before halftime.
Yeah, and I think that was also trying to go to Henry. He was in that little sniffer back spot, and he tried to sneak out, and it's not open. Either him or Adams, Clayton Adams, one of them.
So now, third and goal from the 9. This is a big, crucial play. Empty backfield. Collins, pressure, throws in the end zone.
Collins' pass is complete.
Guess who? Henry.
Henry
lined up in that sniffer back spot, and he fakes block. It's like a tight end.
Yep.
You know, he goes down a little bit and then comes right across the center. Touchdown.
And again, got a linebacker on him, Jackson Lawson.
Yeah, and Jax is close to him, but he's just a little step ahead, and the ball is on the money.
They find the mismatch every time.
Yes. Yep.
Randall and Collins have to have some kind of chemistry with the connections that they're making.
Yeah, something.
Tate will attempt the point after.
And so the extra point.
I don't think Woodlawn has attempted a run
since that opening drive.
Yeah, they have abandoned the run and they had a couple of runs up front with Gibbons. Gibbons is not even in the game hardly anymore. They're going single back set maybe, and he's just in there to block. But they are throwing the ball. They are committed.
So we've had like 7-6, or was it? What was it? 8-7, I believe.
8-7. EA brother Martin.
Right. Yeah. We had an 8-7 game. We've had some teams where teams been shut out, and we have 35-28, and it's not a final score. We're not even at the half right now.
Yeah, I think West Monroe shut out Woodlawn earlier in the season, which I mean. I don't know if they were hitting on it. You just talked about the chemistry with Marcus Randall and Ricky Collins, and maybe the chemistry wasn't there at that time. Now, I was talking to one of the Woodlawn coaches earlier, the defensive coordinator, and he was telling me they didn't have a lot of practices early on with the weather and things like that. Their first full week of practice was last week against Dutchtown.
Yeah.
So, you know, that could have some things to do with rhythm and all that, but they're definitely hitting on all cylinders tonight.
Right. And I had talked to a coach as well as a flag. I believe we have a whistle. I don't know if we have a flag or not. Let's see what's going to happen. But I kind of heard the same thing that you had heard from a different coach. I don't know their defensive coordinator as well, but I know another coach, and I'd spoken to him about 4 weeks ago, right before the West Monroe game, and he had said, "Look, we're just not ready yet." You know, because they had lost a couple of games by some big scores. And I said, "What's going on? Y'all were supposed to be competing for the district title this year." He said, "Yeah, we're just not ready yet. We don't have a team built around Collins. We haven't had enough time to get all that going on." Well, they found the time now.
Yeah, the defensive coordinator is Brent Broussard.
Yes.
For Woodlawn, and I think he didn't come over with Marcus Randall. He's been there 20 years, 15, 20 years. So he knows the school well and the history.
And so kick is taken at the 20-yard line for the Gators. He gets to the 30. There's 3 seconds left, so not a lot of time. And it goes actually down to 2. So
yeah, Sanimal has quick strike ability too. So does he throw a Hail Mary up here?
I don't know that he has the arm to go 75 yards.
No. Hook and lateral, maybe.
Almost. And that keeper that he ran for the touchdown earlier was from about 45 yards out. I don't think he can duplicate that again. When, as you see, yet your triple defenders back here.
Yeah, Henry. Look, Henry's in the back, and they. I tell you what, they're not some little scat back guys. That's some big fellas. I don't know what
they. This looks like a basketball team out there.
Yeah, I don't know what they weigh, but they all look very similar in stature.
Tall, thin, athletic. And I don't mean thin. I mean they're built, but like, you know, they're.
Looks like the Gators are intent of just running it out with Maurice.
Maurice trying the right side for the Gators.
Be careful to get you don't want to.
Yeah, guy coming from behind.
Absolutely. So we're at halftime. So it's 35-28, and so we'll have the halftime entertainment followed by the halftime interview. So stick around. We'll be right back. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales, like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com, RossDowningGonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
Haley Gomez, Jennifer Sandoval, and Alexis Schamberger. This year's marching show features music from pop music icons Michael Jackson, Bruno Mars, and the Beatles. Tonight we present the first 2 movements of our show, Icons, Old and New. We continue tonight's halftime featuring the Sandoval High School Gatorettes with an energetic dance routine to this 2014 #1 hit by the band Walk the Moon. Choreographed by Marley Williams, Madison Champagne, and Anna Coffey, here is Shut Up and Dance. Tonight's halftime is sponsored by Ralph's Market and Bateman's Ice. The Sandoval High School Band Director is Joseph Nasser. Assistant Directors are Andrew Graham
and we're back, and great performance by the Sandoval Band. And we are still here at halftime. We're about halfway through the halftime. I'm Jeff Porsche, and I'm joined by Jeff Pyron, and we're going to take you through the rest of the halftime show and to give you a kind of rundown on what's happening with the fields. And there's no better person to talk to about that than Jeff Pyron. So I guess just in case there's some people out here who were not up to date on the situation or don't know what's happening and why they're out here tonight playing at Dutchtown, what's kind of the background to this? What got us to this situation where we're still working with one field?
Yeah, Jeff, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to discuss the turf fields. And Mr. David Alexander, our superintendent, was trying to make his way out here, but he had some prior engagements, so he asked that we come and do an update for you. But we do have one field ready in the parish, and everyone knows that, right? It's Dutchtown High School, and Dutchtown High School was ready at 2 p.m. on the 26th of August. The 26th of August was Jamboree Day. Dutchtown was going to host East Ascension here for the Jamboree, but at 2 o'clock that day, so we had some issues where the Jamboree wasn't played, I think discussed on Tuesday, or decision was made on Tuesday. So Dutchtown ended up doing an inter squad. But the reason I'm bringing it up is at 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon on the 26th is when we had the engineers buy off on the safety and security and the playability of the field. So on the 26th at 2 o'clock, that's when the field was ready. Mm-hmm. And then what happened on the 29th? Yep. Hurricane Ida, right? Yep. So, we not that we are, predicting the weather but it's hurricane season. When you see you have one that close, that's where the contractor decided to get one field ready. And then when the hurricane hit, we ran into some trouble with Governor John Bell Edwards put a proclamation out, and what it caused to us, personally as the school system, was that the proclamation was hotels, basically.
Right.
It was a huge proclamation, but part of it was hotels shall be used for first responders and insurance and FEMA and those things. So we couldn't find hotel rooms. So the school system, East Ascension, Donaldsonville, Santa Monica, even some Dutchtown, we all tried to figure out. We were trying to find hotel rooms, travel agents. We had people donating houses. Can we do that? Well, the company policy of Sprint Turf is a hotel with breakfast and things like that for their employees. So they opted out of all those opportunities to come back. So it took them 5 weeks. 5 weeks from Hurricane Ida to come back. And when they got back, at 1:15 on a Monday. It started raining at 3:30. And it rained for that whole week.
Right.
It's like we couldn't buy a break. And, weather has always, when you're trying to do construction, it's tough. Yeah, you see in East Ascension here, and I'll get into each field here shortly, but 54 to 58 days of rain before Hurricane Ida hit. Okay, and so you just can't, once you start digging in the ground in Louisiana, you wet enough. And when you start having that much rain, you can't. So with these fields, we got to get them to a certain point, and rain doesn't matter. And, when you pan in at East Ascension right here, the soil is stabilized. We're putting in the drainage pipe. East Ascension looks good now. The liner's down, rock's down halfway. We can see the end coming. So now the rain at all the fields doesn't mean as much. Good spot here. You can see the turf or the ground is leveled, is hard. So when it rains, it drains really easy. You just can't work during the rain. Right, so I'm really excited now at the progress. Santa Monica High School has we'll stay on East Ascension right now, but you can see the tarp going out. That's the liner and the little drains or the diagonals, and that's progress. That means when it starts raining, they are a few days away. I'm looking at East Ascension being ready for turf, hopefully by Wednesday, Friday next week sometime.
Okay.
To go there. The turf installation, Jeff, takes about 10 days. Those guys really roll, and you'll see some of the pictures coming from Santa Monica as well. I'm really excited about Santa Monica. I mean, you can see it down there. It's all the fields are exactly the same. You're watching the Dutchtown field now. They're all two-tone, has mascots in the center. Your colors of every school. And Santa Monica now, I know we don't have a picture of it, but as of today, I was out there. The gator heads in the center going 40 to 40, absolutely beautiful. The yellow pops. So I'm expecting Santa Monica to be finished by next Friday. Okay. So I have communicated to Coach Oliver and Miss Beth Tomplay, the principal at Santa Monica High, for contingency plans. Right. Let's still plan at Dutchtown, but also plan at Santa Monica High, the pit, so the Santa Monica can host Dutchtown for their homecoming festivities and things there. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to happen. I think it's doable. I see the end now. And the feedback I'm getting from the Santa Monica community is great. Yeah. They're out there. We had some Dutchtown people cook for the turf guys when they were out. Santa Monica's going to cook for us. Travis Tomplay and Chuck Sheets and those guys, and Coach O's going to give them some shirts, and I think next week we're going to cook them a jambalaya, try to motivate them a little bit. Yeah. I talked to Coach Lee this morning. I said, hey, line up your boosters. Who do I call? Do I call Stump Marchand? Do I call Ralph Delat? We're going to need to feed them. Let's keep them motivated and keep them going. So everybody's wanting it. Coach Richardson in Donaldsonville, the same way. He's like, man, get me this stuff. My community's good. So looking at the turf here, that's at Dutchtown. You see the purple, but so Santa Monica is going to be ready, and then East Ascension is rolling along pretty good. You've seen the pictures of East Ascension, and so our goal is when the turf installation crew is finished at Santa Monica, they will roll directly to East Ascension and start there. And our goal, I think, is achievable unless something crazy happens again. We hope not, but we're in a good place with weather. I'm hoping the biggest rivalry in the parish between Santa Monica and East Ascension can be played at EA.
Well,
that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you got the potential of the homecoming for Santa Monica to be played at the pit. You have the possibility of that game being played at East Ascension, and then of course you got the playoffs that are going to happen after that. So it's not a done deal yet, but it looks like it's doable.
Yeah, right? and so our plan is to roll straight from East Ascension. Donaldsonville is just a little bit behind East Ascension, and so you see where EA's at and where Santa Monica is. the same thing's going to happen with Donaldsonville rolling into after East Ascension.
Yeah.
So I call Coach Richardson. He's got a good season going right now, and I think he did take his first loss last week against E.D. White. But if he can sustain and maybe have a home playoff game, especially that second week, I think we got a very good shot of all four playing on their home fields.
So the last thing that I wanted to bring up was this field. It's ready, and we've been using it all season for all the games, but it's not 100% ready. What has to be done on the field once you get an opportunity?
Yeah, so like I said before, so the 26th is when this one was ready.
Yeah.
The 28th, Sprint Turf, vacated, South Louisiana and left. And so the top portion, there's a cooling agent that our school board was gracious enough to allow us the funding that will reduce the temperature by 20%. And it's the final layer that goes on. So what we're playing on is really 2/3 of the system. It meets all standards. It meets all performance from a safety and security and those kind of standpoints for our players. But that top coat is really just the icing on the cake, so to speak. So Dutchtown doesn't have that yet. Santamon will have it, so they're going to start looking a little bit different to you as they're put in the different stages. But when we finish Santamon, we're going to roll to Dutchtown and throw that TPE is what it's called. It's a Teflon polyethylene, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Tripolyethylene, whatever it is. But that's the final that'll go on here. So we weren't able to complete Dutchtown 100% before Hurricane Ida hit.
Okay, well, Jeff, thanks a lot for the updates, and we're looking forward to seeing some games to Pitt and at Spartan Stadium later this season, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and just want to give a shout-out to Nasser and the Santamon High Band. I always enjoy the Gatorettes, a little soft spot I have. My wife was a Gatorette, and I like the white gloves and all that kind of stuff. They did a great job. Kick line was beautiful, so and then to have them have the opportunity to do it on their field in the black and gold with the Gator head behind them, that'll be fun to watch.
Absolutely. So we will look forward to that in the very near future and some EATEL games of the week at other stadiums this season. So let's take a break. Thanks for all your work on all of this, and thanks for sharing the info with us.
Much appreciated.
All right, so we'll take a break. 35-28. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community. because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
Third quarter about to begin. Woodlawn versus Santa Maria. Woodlawn up 35-28. Santa Maria has to kick to Woodlawn to begin this second half. So Woodlawn will get the ball first and try to extend their lead. And the kickoff will bounce to the end zone. It's taken at the goal line to the 30-yard line. And a nice return to about the 45. Wrapped up from behind. That's Clayton Adams, number 2, with the nice return.
That was a very good return, Jeff. I'm anxious to see. Would you go away from the empty back set, or would you put nope? Looks like Amani Givens is in and back in, so they may. I'm up by 7. So do we pound it? What do we do here?
Well, they haven't shown a lot of ability to stop the big play. This is the long vertical plays they've been connecting on so far, and I see movement on the line.
Yep, Santa Maria's clapping, so.
I think the left guard, jumped, number 73, Cody Walker.
Yeah, and Coach Thomasy has them, defensive coordinator. Santa Maria has, their base 3-4 defense, Melanson and Amade handling the center, and they look like they're tight here, expecting run.
So man in motion, first down, and throwing deep and hit. But wide open and overthrown, and so maybe that hit, maybe
that wasn't Collins. That wasn't Collins. That was a hit on Adams. Collins,
you're right.
Collins had ran out. That was not a. I didn't recognize that until I seen Adams get up, and Collins came back from the slot.
That's interesting. I completely missed that.
It wasn't a handoff. I didn't see it either. I don't know if we had a replay or not, but fooled everybody on that one. But when he got hit, I said, that's not Collins on the ground.
Oh, no.
So maybe a little trickeration they was trying?
So now the empty backfield.
Might have been a throwback, to the quarterback, maybe?
Right. This is definitely Collins. Pressure from the edges. Thrown, caught. They got to him, and he still completes it for a first down. And it's that same guy.
Yep, Carpenter was all in his face, had a hand on him. And, that combination between Henry and Collins is unbelievable.
First down, Panthers.
They just can't find the right connection to cover him. They've tried linebackers, they've tried everybody, but and it's been a lot of mismatches so far. And it's on first down, a handoff, and a big hole.
Givens, yep.
That's Givens for first down.
And when he gets ahead of steam, he's tough, Jeff. But look, this is the second week in a row I've seen defenses have trouble with number 9. With Henry, it's just I'm not sure what skill set he has, but it seems special. And Collins can put the ball on the money straight to him.
And there's Givens again. That time he stopped after about a 3-yard gain as he's tripped up as he gets past the line. So,
we got a few runs.
Yeah, now they're trying to mix it up a little bit. The opening drive was 3 runs and a 3-and-out, and then they completely abandoned the run except for some Ricky Collins scrambles. But other than that, now they're kind of mixing it up, and on first down, under pressure again, rolls out to the end zone, and it is incomplete.
There's a flag, look like at about the 23. It got to be holding. Yeah, Carpenter was breathing heavy on him. He was all over him, and Collins got away. But I think that offensive lineman, 68 maybe, or 58, Jaron Lewis. Looks like Carpenter got. Maybe went in and drank some Gatorade at halftime because he's pressured quite almost on every pass play so far.
And that's what you've seen from all the games that we've covered here on EATEL. Carpenter has a great motor, and he just goes after that quarterback on every down. He hadn't been doing much of that in the first half, but in the second half he's kind of been unleashed.
Yeah, so here's that defense again when they spread out your linebackers.
And it looked like he was held right there, and the pass incomplete.
Hey, great coverage by Amade right there. Did they? Oh, look! I didn't see the flag. It looked like he had his left arm around the receiver Adams' waist, but I thought it was pretty good coverage. But I can't tell. I mean, it was tight. It was tight coverage.
They may have missed a hold on Carpenter because they're going to call the defensive pass interference. But I could hear the fans on the Santa Maria side calling for a hold, and the left tackle definitely had Carpenter by his jersey.
Yeah, well,
they missed that.
I think Carpenter is giving Lewis of Woodlawn, that left tackle, everything he wants right now on this drive. And once again, it seemed to be tight coverage by Amadei. I mean, he had inside on him and leverage, and maybe just wrapped that arm around him a little too early.
So we'll talk about Lee Amadei in a minute, too. He's guilty of the penalty right there, but we're going to talk about him next break, as it's a big night for him as well. 2nd and 4. Collins under pressure, and this time they get him.
They got it.
And we'll get the number in just a second.
Looks like Jax Melanson. Jax was all over him, right down the backside.
Yes, it is Jax Melanson.
Melanson gets him, but it looks like Amadei and Carpenter had him on the right side, and then Melanson cleaned it up on the backside.
So now it's 3rd down and about 6. So this is a big play. They need to stop, and I'm trying to spot number 9 on that field right now. He's in the slot to the right. Collins looking around, going his way, caught.
Number 9, there he is, Henry. And
that's 5. I think that's 5 on the night for him.
Yeah, and Santa Maria was blitzing, and they had him, and then so you decide to drop back in coverage on this when he has the time, and I don't know if anybody on the field can guard Henry for that long of a time.
No, and they had a quarterback on him that time, Vernon Scott.
Yeah,
and they still couldn't. They still can't find the right connection. And I believe that's 6 touchdowns on the night for Collins, and I believe 5 of them have gone to Henry.
Well, I tell you, on that drive for the Gators, you could tell Thomasy had something drawn up between him and Coach Oliver, and they had pressure. They didn't have pressure, and they brought pressure from both sides, and it seemed to stop them a little bit. Quarterback got hit. Well, it was number 2. Adams got hit back here on the 30-yard line, and so they hit him a couple of times and put him on the ground. But doesn't seem to fade when you don't bring pressure, but you can't bring it every time.
Right. There was an injury, I believe, on the Santa Maria side, and they were able to get him off the field. And so now the extra point coming.
Looked like number 4, Chris Cooper for Santa Maria, sophomore.
That's Scott.
Scott, sorry.
Yeah. He had the coverage on Henry, but still scored the touchdown. And so the extra point is good. 42-28. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
And so 42-28 is our score. Jeff Porsche, Jeff Pyron with you. Second half, and Woodlawn with their biggest lead of the night, 14 points. And so now Santa Maria has to come up with something on offense. And here comes the kick from Douglas. And it's taken at the 13 and breaks a couple of tackles. And DeAndre Taylor gets it to near the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. And earlier we were talking about Lee Amadei, and it's his birthday tonight. And the defense has had their problems tonight, but Lee's made a couple of nice plays on defense. And so want to wish him a happy birthday and wish the defense more success here in the second half as this game goes on, Jeff.
Yeah, and I'm looking down on the sideline, and you got Coach Dykes, you got Coach Guidry. I think the Gators put Coach Thomasy in the press box, so he's the eyes upstairs, but they're communicating down here with the huddle and all the fancy technology and all that, but they got about 20 Gators hovering around that television screen.
And handoff up the middle, and that's just a rugby scrum right up the middle. And that's not going to get past the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. When you try that run up the middle, unless the quarterback's keeping it, they've had no success in that spot. They're going to say a 1-yard loss.
No, yeah. It seems like Poirier's had the most success on the powers and that read option where he can take that mesh point and go as far as he can and put that defender in conflict and make that defender make a decision. And when he does, Poirier can hit the hole or hand it off, one or the other. That's why it's so effective.
And this is where they miss Taz Paul, who can usually make some plays in the backfield. He's not playing tonight. And a wide open receiver, but he misses him, throws out of bounds. Just a little off balance and intended for LeBlanc, incomplete. Third down and long for Sandoval.
Yeah, and he had the defensive end of Woodlawn. Looked like, was it 97? 97 Mark Fielder was on him early and made him get out the pocket.
Sandoval needs to convert here, if for anything else, to run a little clock, get some positive plays, and maybe flip the field a little bit. Because if they don't convert here on third down and give the ball back to Woodlawn, they haven't stopped Woodlawn's offense in a long time. And so this is a big play in this game. 3rd and 11. And a deep pass downfield. Got a receiver. Luke caught. And that'll flip the field and give them a first down in Woodlawn territory. Beautiful pass. Great timing right there by Poirier and Luke.
Yeah, and that was a quick release. I think he was hit as he threw it, and he didn't get everything on it he wanted, but he got just enough. And great play by Poirier and Luke. Kind of good combination right there.
And a great play by Andre on the sidelines. Look at that sideline cam just capturing that play perfectly. And a little new wrinkle to our repertoire here at EATEL. First down, handoff, short gain of about 2 as a Woodlawn it looks like one of the linemen or linebackers pushed back off the pile, but no flag to be thrown right there, 2nd and 9.
I'll tell you one thing that's impressive with Poirier on the play before that one that was incomplete to LeBlanc. He was scrambling out, but he keeps his eyes downfield. I mean, he looks for the run. He wouldn't open. He looks downfield. He sees LeBlanc, misses into his target. But that's a good skill set to have on your quarterback.
And Poirier statistically is the top quarterback right now in 5-5A with 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And he has a couple on the ground here tonight as well. 2nd and 9. And Poirier's going to keep it. Option straight through, got the first down. Nobody on that right side.
Shot.
Yeah, nobody on the right side of the
Woodlawn defense. That was a straight quarterback power. I mean, both sniffer backs pulled, and they were leading the way. Look, they sealing that edge. Those big guys. 74 right there. I can't remember what 74's name is. But he was leading out front, and that's impressive. When you get those big guys, that's culling the arm, and when you see those big guys leading the way, you have an opportunity for big plays at that point.
Marcus Stewart made the big hit on him, but he's up and moving. And it looked like they jumped. And I think that they're going to get a 5-yard penalty against the Panthers right here, unless they say that, nope, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
It looks like Cole Poirier with the hard bark. You can see him clapping and faking, and helmet moving up and down a good bit. So he's working hard down there.
A good answer drive so far. They need points on the board here because you don't want to get in a track meet with Woodlawn and lose serve.
No, not at all. 2 sniffer backs tight again.
And there's a handoff up the middle, and that's a new guy in the game, 42, Frederick Turner. He's got 111 yards on the season and a touchdown. He gets about 3 up the middle. It's going to be 2nd down and short now.
I like that play out of the shotgun. It's just a little trap. It's a trap play with the sniffer back pulling, and you do a little stutter step, and, man, you hit it. And, it seems to be getting a little bit of yardage there on that run in the middle with that play.
2nd and short. Quarterback keeper, and he's got to the 5. Breaks the tackle to the 2, 1st and goal. And again, Cole Poirier with the keeper up the middle gets the big yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, the same thing as that little trap, and he faked it out, and quarterback kept it. Good play.
So they got to get 2 yards. They need to get into the end zone right here. And it's a quarterback keeper outside, cuts in, touchdown. And they stay within 1 score. They get it to within 1 score, that is. So now our score 42-34 as, again, good job, good block there by number 19, LeBlanc, as he seals the hole. And
good read.
Able to get in.
I think they ran that play 4 times on the drive. And Poirier kept it 3 of the 4.
So it looks like Burst Jay's going to come in. They entertain that swinging gate, but then set up for the extra point.
Poirier to hold, and Bo Bursager will attempt the point after for the Gators.
Ooh, that was close.
That was very close, but it's good.
And it's good.
42-35, 6:12 left to go in the third. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
The point blast brought to you by George Fairbanks and Fairbanks.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
42-35 our score, as Poirier on the quarterback keeper, his third rushing touchdown of the night, I believe.
Sorrento Lumber Company.
At least his third touchdown run of the night from that quarterback position. And so it's a one-possession game. It's been a fun one.
Thank you to all our sponsors.
And so the kick to the 5. To the 25 and to the 26. So Woodlawn on the
I'm anxious to see here.
Field position.
I'm anxious to see, Jeff. What?
Yep.
Let's see what you know. And I'm sure they're going to stay with a 3-man front. I mean that's their bread and butter. And you know, Melanson and Amade are back again. And looks like we got a new receiving corps. A few of them.
So
here we go.
And so we see a sumo wrestler on the field.
He's getting ready to get tackled.
Red, white, and blue night. And we need to suit that guy up for the defense.
He closed pretty quick.
And they're cuffing him up real fast.
Closed quick. And I'm sure he was egged on by the student section to make that happen. AP got him.
Oh boy, that was fun to watch.
Need him cover number 9, huh?
Yeah.
Empty back set again.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
And so we need a turnover or a change of possessions here, and we haven't seen that. If you're on the Sandoval side, that's what you're pulling for.
Now look, see, so they got Melanson playing more of a middle linebacker, and Amade is 12 yards off the ball, playing center field almost. Not free safety, but close. So they're making Sandoval's doing everything they can. Coach Thomas's trying to make his adjustments and make it difficult on them.
And so quick strike complete, and it's caught for a first down to Adams. As just a quick strike, little slant in,
right in the zone. I mean. Adams sat right there in the zone in front of Amade. You had a 12-yard cushion. He just sat. Collins delivered the ball, first down.
Amade still playing back.
Yeah, and it looked like they're running a
one linebacker
3-1 defense here, but up front, I don't know, nickel dime. This is a dime plus. Would you call it? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DBs in.
And a quick pass.
There we go.
There's Amade.
Pass is complete.
Kept the guy in front of him that time, Adams. And stops him after a 5-yard gain. But
yeah, so
that's
seven.
That's positive right there.
7 DBs in the game right now for Sandoval, and and I'm calling Amade a DB at this point because they're dropping him back. He's not really playing linebacker, but they're making every adjustment. 3 down linemen, 1 middle linebacker, and 7 DBs to try to counter what Collins is doing for Woodlawn.
I sense a Collins keeper in the future if it stays like this. Now there's the little pitch inside. And a nice tackle.
For the Panthers.
That's number 39, Brant Zeller from the safety position.
Yeah.
Stops him for a 3-yard gain. And this is something we haven't seen Well, we did see it on the touchdown drive in the third,
play
right before the end of the first half, but a third down situation. Haven't been a lot of those. So where's 9? I believe he's slot. No, that's number 2. Making sure everybody's covered.
Santamon faithful getting loud now.
They need a big play here, run up the middle, and it's a first down.
Power play, little trap play again, and again, Givens he's over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
He is a big running back, and he gets any little head of steam. He's falling forward every time. I mean, that's just what he's doing.
Yep, and that's Carpenter coming in from that line position, and you don't want your linemen making tackles 7-8 yards downfield.
No. And look, now the Gators are going a little bit more back to their base defense now, because they got Amani is not a empty back set. Amani Givens isn't running.
Right, and he got a little burst outside, a little unexpected there, and he's close to a first down. I believe we have a whistle though. Do we have a flag being thrown? I think we may. This may be coming back.
Yeah, the Gator defense is starting to look a little tired. It's a track meet. They're starting to, put their hands on their hips and that kind of thing. We mentioned Zeller's name. I remember his name back. Cole Poirier's dad, Jared Santamon alumnus, and Jax Melançon's dad, Clint alumnus, and Zeller. They all played for that little Galvez Tiger group, and so it's good to see them in this level, learning from an early age, and now they're contributing, at their high school level. So that's fun to see.
Absolutely. 10-yard penalty, 1st and 20. Handoff up the middle. Givens will get about 4, maybe 3, before he stood up on the line. So this is another opportunity. 3:14 left to go to possibly stop them on downs and to get the ball back.
And Woodlawn's leaving Givens in this set. Trips to the left.
And Collins under pressure.
He got him.
And that's Carpenter.
Carpenter on the play for the Gators.
And just kind of came right at him. Didn't give him enough time to get out the way. So now it's 3rd down and very long. Look at this. Went right past his man. Collins didn't even know what hit him. He couldn't even change hands with the ball.
Yeah, no, and look, that's number 74, sophomore lineman for Woodlawn. So there's a change in lineman. I'm not sure what happened, but Carpenter is having a field day with him.
Absolutely. Trying to get the man off the field. They do before the snap. Pressure again. They're setting up the screen. And
the flag probably a hold.
Collins is sacked on the play.
That just looked like it was just kind of not set up very well, as they either setting that up or this is a penalty that you would most likely decline if it is against Woodlawn. Well, you're definitely going to decline it. So it's going to be 4th down. And so now, not only are you going to get the ball back, you're going to get
great
good field position because the punting game for Woodlawn is not, just say it's not Poirier.
Well, I think they only punted once, and it was a 15-yard punt in the air that rolled about another 15 for a net 30.
Yeah.
And last week they didn't punt very well either. And, when I say well, meaning a deep punt, it's always just a flip of 20 or 30 yards max. Yeah, so Santamon's going to set up at their own 40 for this return, maybe to 45.
I believe this is 18, Cordell Richardson to punt. No, number 19, Jonathan Benton.
And I'd imagine the Gators are going to do a return here, instead of a try to punt block. I would think they would return. Bad snap.
Low snap. It's high but short. They need to get out of the way. They got out the way.
There's the roll again.
So it's still going to be at the 40-yard line, though. That's still where they were lined up for the return. So
great series right there.
Absolutely, that's what you needed, a defensive stand. They got it with 2:01 left to go in the 3rd quarter. A couple of sacks there, so now all of a sudden the pressure is starting to get to Ricky Collins. And now here comes Santamon with an opportunity to tie this game It looked like for a moment that Woodlawn was threatening to pull away, and now Sandoval has an opportunity to tie it. Quarterback keeper.
There's that fake pitch again.
And not much doing right there.
The keeper for the Gators.
Well, it's evident with Taz Paul out that the Gators are going to rely on Poirier's legs too. You know, I mean, Maurice is toting it a little bit, but they are putting a lot on Poirier's back. Looks like he's stretching a little bit. I wonder if he's starting to cramp or have some issues, but he came up stretching his toes. Now he's kind of stretching his back a little bit. But
yeah, definitely a good observation there. It's 2nd down and 8. Clock running, 1:28. We're getting toward the end of the 3rd quarter.
With Woodlawn with 6 and 7 in the box right now.
And a fake and a pass, incomplete. Yeah. Looked like he was trying to get it to Taylor.
Yeah, like through the hands of Taylor.
DeAndre Taylor was incomplete on the play for the Gators.
Clock stops at 1:15 as we are going to see if they can get a couple plays off before the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and Poirier's still stretching out there. A little concern there.
You can see it on the screen there.
Yeah. Might need to come and get some hydration, Coach. Trainer, athletic sports medicine director, Scott Arsenault will treat him on the side, I'm sure, when he comes in.
And he's had a busy night. He's had a lot of runs.
Yeah, Coach Arsenault and his staff do a fine job at Sandoval training the boys.
And that pass low and incomplete. And so looks like number 23, the intended receiver, Forbes.
I think the cramps are hurting his mobility a little bit with throwing motion and everything, and having some concerns. Now he got to punt.
Yeah, now he's got to stay in the punt.
I don't know how you punt with a calf cramp.
Oh man,
that's pretty tough.
And I know
he's had a great night punting. He is.
I've had those Charlie horses, and they are just unbearable.
Cole Poirier's in punt formation. Clayton Adams back deep for the Panthers.
He gets it away, though. And it's a decent punt. Good line drive punt. And on his seat at the 17-yard line, catch is made by Clayton Adams.
About a 44-yard punt, Jeff.
Yeah. And they pin him inside the 20, which is what you want to do as a punter.
Yeah, just like expected. Poirier's going back to the training booth, going to get some massaging and some Gatorade and electrolytes and try to get through this thing, because we got 1 minute left in the 3rd and then the full 4th.
You hadn't seen a drive like that from Sandoval, just a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, it kind of petered out. Yeah.
Their offense has been clicking a lot after that first quarter where they were struggling a little bit. They did get 14 points in the first quarter, but that was from 2 red zone possessions. Now it's 1st and 10.
Once again,
and Collins gives it to his back again. I think it's Givens again, or is that the other guy?
I think it's Haynes, 21.
Yeah, it is.
And Haynes is a different speed of back, but he is not the bruiser that Amani Givens is. Number 5 Givens is when he gets moving, he's a load to bring down. And 21 seems to be a little more scat back, kind of moves around a little bit. But look, empty back set again.
Yep.
They are not afraid to go to that trips right or left and empty back. Let's see if they dial up a blitz coming off the left edge.
And Henry is wide right. We haven't called his name in a while. And it's a design keeper that time. And a nice job with the tackle there, number 25.
Amadei, yeah. And look, Amadei and Melanson, that's where they're good. If you're going to run and they get to play downhill, that's what they like to do. Those linebackers like to come up and make those tackles, and good open field tackle on a great athlete. That's a good play.
And we're at the end of the 3rd quarter, 42-35. Woodlawn over Sandoval. We're head to the 4th, but first let's take a break. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from EATEL Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
So kind of a stalemate there in the third quarter. It was 35-28 at halftime. 7-point lead for Woodlawn. They extended it to 14, but Santa Monica answered, and it's back where we were at halftime as Woodlawn up 7.
High School athletic program.
So now the fourth quarter will begin. Jeff Porsche, Jeff Potron, and this is for first place.
Yeah, and look, Jeff, the Santa Monica Gators pride themselves in fourth quarters, you know, from all the work, you know, all the way from off-season into the summer and August. And this is what they talk about every practice, every conditioning drill is we want to beat you in the fourth quarter. And I'm sure all teams do that, but for Santa Monica, that's a big deal for those guys.
3rd and 5, spread, empty backfield. Collins looks and completes it. That's a nice little turnaround.
That is a back shoulder pass in high school football. That is tremendous play.
Yep.
Very athletic, and you got to trust each other. This is not the first time they did a back shoulder throw.
Nope. And I
don't know if it was meant that way, but that's what came out of it, and that is very difficult to do.
And that's Henry again, I believe.
Yep.
Hard to see on that far side of the field. The 8 and the 9 and the 6 all look very close.
Here's Givens.
And gets a few, but a good job
for the Panthers.
As I believe that's Melanson with the tackle.
Jackson Melanson
gets 5
on the play for the Gators.
So it's 2nd and 5. Santa Monica made a defensive stop on their last possession. They need to make one more right here. They've been on the field a lot this game, though. They have to be getting tired. Collins under pressure, deep pass, open, and dropped.
Ricky Collins.
Yeah, they dialed up. Both backers came on that one and put pressure on him, and he got rid of it just off the fingertips of the wideout.
Disrupted the timing just enough.
Hey, that's a success. It didn't go to number 9, right?
No, they were going to number 6 that time, Kyle Jones.
Yeah, go to somebody else.
I believe he has the other touchdown, though. So now, again, empty backfield.
Empty back trips,
Take
right.
your poison. Look for number 9.
Yeah, he's in the slot off to the left.
Looking that way. Pass downfield.
Back shoulder again.
And it is caught.
On the left side.
That's 2 back shoulder passes for about 15 a pop.
Down for the Panthers.
That is unbelievable. You know how hard that is to defend? I mean, you know, Vernon Scott is all over him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right there with him. You can't defend that at the NFL level and at the college level. When you're trying to do it out here on a high school football field, that is difficult.
First down, and that's the other back again for a first down. Cuts outside to the 20, to the 10. He scores.
Haynes.
Did he go out of bounds? He did not.
No.
Javion Haynes, junior running back.
Just a different speed. Power, speed. You know, Haynes is a speed back, and he just bounced it outside, and nobody could catch him.
Melanson had a shot at him, but a shoestring tackle just misses. Now there is a flag.
Yeah, it looks like Woodlawn's backing up. So
that's
holding. Another big break for the Gators.
That's just like the Santa Monica touchdown. Never saw the flag on the field.
Yeah, didn't see it.
That's strange. That's a big break for the Gators, as it looks like it would have been about 5 yards past the first down marker from where they're marking it at the 35. So 1st and 5 now. You see number 9, Henry, slot left. Handoff. And that time they're going
not
nowhere.
that time.
Trying the right side for the Panthers.
And so good job there. Looks like number 6 among the tacklers, Stephen Landry.
Both linebackers. Look, Melanson, Amadei. Man, you know, you get those linebackers in those plays, keeps them going. That's good stuff.
That's 3 linebackers. Landry, Amadei, and Melanson. Second and 5, 10.5 minutes.
Yeah, Santa Monica still running a base 3-4, and they're bringing up that outside guy, Stephen Landry, DB, but they bring him up into like a strong safety spot, it looks like.
All right, and so we'll take a break as the timeout, but we will keep it here, and we will talk about what's going on next week in District 5-5A.
Southern Maintenance, the venue rental.
You have
Santa Maw Muffler,
Santa Maw,
Summit
who will be going to Catholic, and so that's two tough games back-to-back with Woodlawn and Catholic. East Ascension at Woodlawn, that's going to be one of our games of the week next week. And then Thursday night, McKinley is going to take on Dutchtown, and so that's our schedule for next week. So we'll be with you for 2 games, 2 nights next week as we are this week, as we have this game tonight and tomorrow night. Don't forget homecoming for East Ascension as they're going to play Dutchtown here at Griffin Field. So 2nd and 5.
Logistics,
Yeah, look, they're definitely keeping a one-back set with either Haynes or Givens. Trips right with a sniffer.
And so there's
Givens
and he's got a first down, breaks a tackle down to the 10.
So strong.
Absolutely.
Noah Scott,
so
tackle
just breaking tackles left and
Look
right.
at her pulling. Look at her pulling. Number 9's even in there.
Pulling
as a sniffer back. How versatile is that guy?
And so Vernon Scott's the man who prevents the touchdown.
I tell you, Henry is impressive.
And there's Givens trying to find a hole outside. Trip.
Good tackle. Was that Zeller?
The left side for the Panthers.
That may have been Amadei. I'm not sure. Let's look at the replay.
I think Zeller came up from his DB spot.
Let's see. You're right.
Yeah, like Zeller. It's a good play.
Yeah.
Is it 39?
I think it was 35.
35. Cole Sims?
Or Peyton Alamo. So it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Need a big stop right here.
Yeah, Collins is checking. They looked at the line. It's a keeper.
And it's a keeper and nothing. And that time it's 35 with the tackle again, Peyton Alamo.
Yeah, I don't think Woodlawn can run straight at the Gators without some pulling and the sniffer back blocks. You know, I mean, that was just a straight quarterback keeper around the side with no lead blocker.
Okay.
And that was loss of yardage there. Good job by the D.
Every time they've been in this situation, you get that quick slant to 9 right here.
Out of that sniffer back set.
Rolling out, different play, corner, and sliding.
Did he drop it?
I don't know.
He must have dropped
it. It's incomplete.
They're going to talk to each other. Yeah, he dropped it. It hit the ground. It was a little bit underthrown.
Yeah,
it was a little bit underthrown.
And that was
he was
Jones.
Wide open too.
That was Jones, I believe.
It looked like Henry was open too. They're kind of both in the same area. Henry was taking the defender. Henry was taking Stephen Landry out toward the pylon.
And actually, that was Clayton Adams.
They just overruled it, made it a touchdown.
I don't know if we can get that on the replay again.
Yeah, he's leaning away from us here in the booth, and we couldn't really see it. But one of the other refs came back here.
And so slow motion. It looked like he bobbled it. Bounced.
But did it bounce off his arms, or how did it go?
That was hard. You can't tell. You just can't tell.
That's great camera work by the EATEL crew there.
Yeah, I mean, we tried, but it was from
close.
the wrong side
we
of the
were
field.
on the back side of it. So look, in a high school football game, 48-35, every PAT is made. Mm-hmm. You know I'm a specialist guy, and that. A lot of people don't realize how difficult that is to make that many PATs in one game.
And that was 11 of 11 before going into that extra point, so 11 of 12.
It's crazy. And no field goal. No field goal attempts is touchdowns and extra points tonight.
Absolutely.
So the Gators got to answer here.
And so Collins, that's, I believe, 7 touchdowns. He came into this game with 3 touchdowns. He's got 7 tonight. You don't think that they saw something on the tape probably this week,
yeah,
right?
it's just. I think with them having to be able to practice every day and get everything together makes them a totally different dynamic.
And there's a kick, and it's going to be returned at the 10. Cuts outside.
That's Cole Sims to the 30, and like I said, I think almost every kickoff starts on the 30 for us. We seem to get it there almost every time. Sometimes they pooch it, sometimes they hit it to the 10, and it seems we start on the 30 or the 35.
And so now with 8 minutes left, there's little margin for error now for Santa Maria. They have to get into the end zone and get
I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball.
Touchdown here.
Yeah, those powers are going to eat up too much clock. You got 8.5 minutes left. You don't have to panic yet, though.
Right. Poirier in trouble. Deep pass, incomplete.
Through the hands.
And he had Taylor, but it went through his arms.
Yeah, tell you what, Poirier had some juice on that thing, man. He showed off some arm strength on that one. He had his body moving forward, and it was thrown pretty hard. That would have been a great catch.
Right. One possible disadvantage that Santa Maria has is that the big plays have been kind of neutralized tonight. They did have the one long run from Poirier, but they haven't been able to go vertical very successfully downfield with the pass, and so they need sustained drives. And with 8 minutes left to go in this game, that might be difficult. They need 2 drives and 1 stop. Hand up the middle to Maurice.
Yeah, Woodlawn's DBs have some credentials. Number 7 is Jordan Matthews, and he has multiple offers. I think LSU has offered him, number 7, Jordan Matthews, as well as Ricky Collins is committed, Purdue.
Right.
So you got some talent in that Woodlawn secondary that could be attributable to that, Jeff, to stopping that vertical game. They're pretty good.
Luke has been able to do some damage once with the runs after the catch, but he hasn't been able to do that much tonight. And there's Luke, and he's got the first down. Near midfield, wrestled out of bounds.
Yep. Tell you, I'm impressed with Luke's route running ability. It is right on, and he and Cole Poirier have some chemistry.
Yes, they do. And that might be his longest catch of the night. Yeah, but he did have one long one for about 25, 30 yards in the third quarter, but that's another big catch right there.
He did. I mean, they definitely have some trust there in each other that Poirier can let it fly, and he knows he's going to go get it.
So first down, 3 left, 1 right. Maurice in the backfield, now in motion. He'll go right. Poirier looking downfield, and it is caught.
Another out right there. Briar LeBlanc, 19. And it looks like there's no pressure coming from Woodlawn. So Poirier's able to stand back and kind of pick them apart as well. And that's that same little 15 and out right there. A good route by Briar LeBlanc as well.
They look content to put some extra defenders downfield. He threw that into double coverage, but he was able to find the hole.
Yeah, and I wonder if Woodlawn's just, hey, let's bend but don't break here. Just stay back and play a little nickel and let it go. But looks like now they're bringing guys back in the box they expect run.
Yeah.
There's that power again, QB power.
Oh, good job going through the linebacker there, but stopped after a short gain. So
Poirier put a lick on number 10, Jaden Woods, inside linebacker. I'm not sure if he knows a quarterback can run like that. I don't know if that's the first hit he hit, but he put his shoulder down.
Now, in the third quarter, he was having issues with cramps. Doesn't look like that's the issue right now, and doesn't look like he's going to shy away from making a big hit either. So
that's Santa Maria Sports Medicine Group, man. They work miracles.
Yeah, and this is a big change from last year. I'm so impressed with how Santa Maria keeps fighting back, because last year they got in a hole in the third quarter and it just got bigger and bigger, and they lost by a big score. Poirier's fighting tonight, and he's under pressure now. He gets away. He's going to keep it, and he's got a first down, and he's still fighting inside the 20.
Yep, and number 10 again. Just grabbed the hold of his jersey, and that's the only thing that brought him down, because he would have picked up quite a few more yards if that didn't happen.
So last year, if you remember the game, they lost 48-13, and it was a case where Poirier threw a couple of pick sixes and things just kind of unraveled, and they just kind of kind of lost by a big score. But tonight they're fighting back, and Poirier's just leaving it all on the field. And he's keeping it again. He's down to the 15. He's fighting cramps. He's fighting fatigue.
Yeah.
And he's doing a good job here tonight.
I don't think that was a RPO or anything. That's a design run to him.
Yep.
And so that was not, I'm going to hand it off somewhere else or not. That is a design run straight for Poirier to take it up the middle.
And so now it's 2nd down and 6 from the 16. They got to get just inside the 10 for a first. 5:46 and counting. Spending valuable time here, but they're getting the right call in.
Yeah, they're doing a check with me and probably counting helmets and figuring out which way to run this ball.
And gets away, cuts outside. He's got daylight. Throws into the end zone, wide open, touchdown.
Poirier's pass is complete.
Good scramble, good play.
LeBlanc,
and that's LeBlanc. 6'3" target. Found him for the touchdown.
Yep, another good play by Poirier's legs, huh?
Yeah.
It avoids the pressure and made that DB come up to him and wide open. You got to make a decision.
And they scored in 3 minutes, and that gives them enough time to get the ball back if they can. So that was a good, efficient drive. Gives them an opportunity to stay in this game as they cut it down to one possession. 48-41, extra point coming from Bersaje.
Oh, and look,
and it's a block that time.
Just when we talk about
everybody's missing it.
All of it, look, it was close last time. Remember, we even said that it was getting close, and maybe we jinxed Bersaje. I'm sorry.
No, man, that's all right. So we're 11-13 on the night, and so it's 48-41. Let's break. You're watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from EATEL Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
Dr. Brian Howard.
So Santa Maria is where they need to be right here, within one score with 5 minutes left to go in this game. So now it's up to the defense to make one more stop of Ricky Collins as we're about ready to kick. And there's Poirier to kick.
To all our sponsors.
And it's taken at the goal line.
Great
Drops
kick.
it, picks it up. In a little bit of trouble. Tries to reverse ground. Oh, and then they stop him inside the 10. That was Jones, I believe, who had trouble with it.
Great kick by Poirier. I mean, that's you can't ask for a better high and to the 1. He has to return it. It's not going to be a touchback, and great coverage by the kicking team of the Gators right there. That's absolutely beautiful.
Frederick Turner makes the tackle. So good job.
You can't draw
Frederick
it up better
Turner
than that.
And now you have a chance, if you can stop them on this series of downs, to get that ball on the Woodlawn side of the field.
Yeah,
it's set up. It's set up for them right now.
93 yards, 94 yards they got to drive.
First down, handoff up the middle, and Givens gets a lot of it, but still going to be about 5 yards short. He picks up 4.5 on first down.
Actually, that's Haynes again. I thought it was Givens as well. You would think in this case he would be in, but he hadn't played much tonight. He's run it a few times, but he hadn't been as much as it was last week.
That was Jet Williams, number 58, with the tackle. 5.5 to go for a first down. And it's a handoff strung out, wrapped up, and breaks a tackle, and can't get through the third or fourth tackler.
Nope, cleaned up by Jackson Melanson right there.
And just good pursuit by the Santa Maria defense as you look at it. And Nolan with that sideline camera.
Yeah, and Melanson with 33 tackles coming into this game, and he's flexing now. He's doing his thing. Late in the ball game, he's where he needs to be.
3rd and 5, 4 minutes left.
Big third down right here.
You may have to call a timeout right here if you're on the Woodlawn side. It looks like there's confusion. There's 7 on the play clock.
Play clock's getting down. He's calling it.
And so,
look, Marcus Randall doesn't look very excited. He's pretty mad over there.
Yep. And so we'll stay here and talk about Santa Ma's schedule. And they're 5-0, and they've had a good season so far. They need a comeback tonight to keep their perfect schedule, but it's going to get exponentially tougher. As you have Woodlawn tonight, they're trailing. Then you got Catholic High, and that's going to be just a really hard one to pull out. Then you got Dutchtown. That might wind up being the first game at the pit this season, so that'll be an interesting one. And then you got East Ascension. So there's not a gimme left on their schedule. This is a big one.
District 5A is tough, and with Woodlawn stepping in and being the caliber of team they are, makes it a very, very difficult.
That's what's tough. That's what's tough when you open up with McKinley, because after you play McKinley in week 1 of the district, you don't have an easy game after that. 3rd and 5. Santa Ma would be set up perfect if they can make a stop right here.
So they got Amadei in like a strong safety spot, and going back to that one linebacker again. He's blitzing.
Now he's coming with the blitz. Quick pass. First down.
Wow.
Just enough.
And he looks like Collins held his little game of chess between him and Amadei and Melanson. He was holding it to see, are you going to commit? And that's going to dictate who I throw to. He threw right to Haynes, sitting where Amadei blitzed from.
Yeah, Jalen Henry with that catch.
Oh, it was Henry.
Yeah, it was Henry. You knew it was going to be him. And that time, it wasn't a slant, it wasn't a deep pass. It just found one spot, stopped.
It was a little hitch, and he stopped,
Exactly.
He needed 5, and he went 6, and they hit him.
This is where this team is so well coached. They know where to go, and they know what to do.
Now this is Givens back again.
And that time nothing. No. And this is where Santa Ma may call a timeout.
This late in the game, he is just a load to bring down. The Gator defense is showing some resiliency right here, and some grit and some gut to get this done.
Half Shell Restaurant for their generous donation.
And so I believe that was Landry with the tackle. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.
On the Half Shell Restaurant.
They do not call a timeout. By our accounts, there's 2 timeouts left.
No, Collins is staring back at the clock. And it looks like they're just intent to milk it all the way down as long as they can and try to keep the ball.
Right. Handoff. Givens outside, breaks a tackle.
And they get him out of bounds. Gators run him out, stops the clock.
It looks like it.
Stops the clock.
Look, the coach is right there.
Yeah, you can see, I don't know if that was Randall or not, but they like, man, you got to stay in bounds.
What you doing?
You have to stay in bounds at that. That is a mistake in the Gators' favor right there.
Yep, and you can see the headset's off right there.
It's a big teaching moment. That's a teaching moment, Jeff.
Absolutely. And so it saves Santa Ma a timeout. 3rd down and 3, another big play. And how did he break through that? How did he break through that? They got to tackle him.
Oh my goodness!
Look at that cut. Oh, and now he looks.
Then he goes out of bounds again.
Well, I'm sure they'll forgive him that time.
They might. They
will forgive him that time because he
just came right out of that scrum. I mean, that was a rugby scrum.
They had it. I thought they had him. He's so short.
Yeah, he went under and popped back up.
Mm-hmm. And by the end of it, he was just dying because it got to the point where it's like he's to the 20, he's to the 19. It got to that point. Look at him just dying out there down to the 11.
I wonder if he's thinking, okay, is Coach going to yell at me for going out of bounds?
He may have just won the game for them. Couldn't you just made it perfect? Oh boy,
man, it looked like the Gators had him. I mean, it was a little scrum, and then it looked like he was about 2 foot off the ground. He popped right out of it.
I remember back in the 90s, the Saints, when they had Lorenzo Neal, the superstar fullback, when he was still a running back before he got hurt. And they ran a play like that against the Atlanta Falcons where he just ran him up the middle, and it looked like he was just stopped, and then all of a sudden he just cut outside and ran 80 yards for a touchdown. And if you ever seen Lorenzo Neal run 80 yards, it was just like we just saw Monty Givens. I mean, he was just it took him like a minute and a half to get down the field, I think.
And nobody wanted to tackle him.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
what we can do right here.
Yeah, I got a down Gator. It looks like number 8, Desiree Delmore. Is it 8 or 6? I can't tell from here. It looks like 8.
Yeah, I can't really tell.
Looks like he's up now.
And so while we got an opportunity, let's talk about Woodlawn and their schedule, as they only have one on-the-field win this season. That's against Dutchtown, and they may be getting another one here tonight. Then they wind up with East Ascension and Catholic, and those are 2 tough games. And then you finish with McKinley. So, again, that just shows you how tough this schedule. They can wind up finishing second or so in district. They're going to move the ball back a little bit. Dead ball penalty. But you can finish second in district with Woodlawn and finish about 4 and 5.
Yeah, it's just this is a tough district, and I think it's going to be games, between EA, Santa Maria, Dutchtown, Woodlawn, games like this. It's going to be close games that both teams have a shot at winning this as a bounce of the ball. And obviously when you play Catholic, it's going to be a little bit different. But McKinley being the outlier, and like you said, Santa Maria had them first out to shoot, and then now there's no rest.
No, their schedule is just brutal in the final 4 games of the season. And now on first down, there's the other back,
Haynes.
And they're trying to get him out of bounds. I think they're going to blow the whistle and keep the clock running.
What the Gators don't want Coach Thomasy taking his headset off and yelling at him. I guarantee you that.
And so timeout has been called, and so we'll keep it here, and let's talk about the 5A and the top 10 for 5A. And again, 5A is represented very well there with Catholic High, number 1, and Zachary, they're number 2. They just played.
Yeah, Woodlawn a couple of weeks ago.
And then Brother Martin played East Ascension.
Yeah, 7-8, 8-7 ball game.
And so that just kind of shows you, like, both of those games, these 5A teams that are kind of like have losing records are playing the 2 and 3 teams in the state and giving them all they want. So that just kind of shows you how tough this district's going to be this year. And then, of course, the rest of the teams, no real big surprises there.
Yeah, and that's a full Class 5A. That's with select and non-select there. So, look, there's only 3 or 4 select in that group. So the non-select group is tough this year.
And so we talked about Brother Martin at number 3 and how they played East Ascension down to the wire and got a last-minute victory. We're going to have that game tomorrow night. Don't forget about that. Swack and I will be out here for East Ascension versus Dutchtown. Swack, of course, coaching tonight at Galvez.
Yeah, he normally sends us a middle school update on Thursday afternoons.
And Galvez has a really good team, and so he's usually
timeout.
I think Central is running the table over there right now with being undefeated, and Coach Matt Lambert does a good job over there, and I think he's kind of the class of the middle school group right now.
I saw them play against Prairieville a couple weeks ago. My daughter's in the band out there, and so I saw them beat Prairieville. They were down early in the game on a quick touchdown, but then after that, they basically kept Prairieville from scoring the rest of the night.
Yeah, it looks like we got the middle school scores in, so we can run them down real quick, Jeff. Looks like Santa Maria beat Lake 16-17, so a Gator feeder game right there.
Yeah.
Prairieville beats Gonzales 15-0. Galvez beats Central 8-6, so there's no more undefeated. Galvez beat them. Swack took them down. I know brother-in-law over at Central. That's going to be a tough one. And then how you like this score? Dutchtown 2, Laurie 0.
Yep.
2-0, and then Bluff had to bye. So Coach Simmons over there with Bluff. But good rundown of middle school right there. But I bet Coach Swacker and Coach Benny Babin over there are excited with that 8-6 victory over Central.
All right. And so you have a lot of connections. Well, we'll talk about that here. 3rd and 4 first, and we'll talk about that on the next play. As it's a keeper
for the Panthers.
And not enough. It'll be 4th down. And so, of course, you have like competing interests. Of course, for tomorrow night's game, you got your son at quarterback for Dutchtown. Then you have relatives on the Lambert side.
Yeah,
for East Ascension. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow night?
Well, my godchild is a defensive end nephew over there at East Ascension. Coach Lee's going to have him prepared, so him and my boy have been going back and forth all week. And but obviously, I got to go with the Griffs.
I would think so, right?
That's right. That's right. Coach Lee will give me a little grief on that, and but it's going to be a fun game. I love those rivalry games. You know, I mean, I'm glad my son's a part of it, and all the relatives, because those are games you don't forget. You know.
Yeah.
You look. When I played for Santamon, I was number 55. I seen big 55 running down, and I was getting excited, and that's my guy, you know.
Yeah.
And so you remember those things. You know, just real quick, you know, you got Coach Benny Babin for Santamon, and also Coach Kenny Gidry. Both Santamon alums, been there forever. They're permanent team captains. They're still fixated in Santamon, and you know, showing the Gator way that they do things. And Thomasy is the son-in-law of former longtime football, baseball assistant coach Lou Latino. You know, so it runs deep.
Yeah.
No matter what side of the ball you're on. I think East Ascension tomorrow night, one of the guys I played against, Jody Fife, I think is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame over there at East Ascension, and a couple of things they're doing at homecoming. So so everybody's connected down here, and we all root for each other. And that night, you know, you're the enemy.
Yeah.
And after that, we'll hug you and we'll be brothers. But while the game goes on, it's a fierce competition.
Right.
And you want those bragging rights, but you know, you're happy for everybody involved in it.
So now it's 4th and 2, and if Sandoval can make a stop, there's still hope.
Yes, this is pivotal. You got a minute and 1 second left.
A first down ends it.
And the Gator faithful know it. Bands playing, cheerleaders cheering, fans up, and the defense signs going. Just give me a shot.
Hand off.
He didn't get it. He did not get it.
He did not, and they will get a chance with less than a minute. Can Sandoval pull this off?
You have to like the odds.
Now, the only thing that's not in their favor is can they do it in a minute? They can do it in 2 minutes. They can do it in 3 minutes. We've seen that tonight. Now, can they do it in 1 minute? And I don't think they have timeouts left.
Yeah, let's see what Woodlawn comes out here. I'd imagine they're going to rush 3 and drop everybody back.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would think. And, you know, when you start counting DBs here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, they're rushing 3. I don't even know if they got a linebacker in now. So 8 DBs and 3 linemen. They are just looking to play center field.
So Poirier at quarterback. You got to go 85 yards. He's flushed. He's trying to throw. Now he's going to keep it. He's going to go outside, get to the 24.
On the left side.
So that runs about 10 seconds off the clock. 49 seconds left to go in this game. Still, go ahead.
Another barn burner, Jeff. And look, I just got an update. St. Charles Catholic just gave Newman and Arch Manning their first loss this season, 12-7.
Oh, wow.
I think that was a broadcasted game on one of the NBC channels or something. But definitely not as good as EATEL game of the week here.
Nope.
Coming down to the last possession.
Every time we do a game, this is what we get. Comes down to the last minute. Poirier got time, now rolls out. Now throws downfield, and he had a guy, LeBlanc.
Yeah, looked like Brian LeBlanc was open, just a little bit underthrown. But Poirier was running for his life.
Yeah.
And that's a hard throw to make. Wouldn't really across his body, but wouldn't straight downfield either. Tough play.
Yeah, 7 seconds run off the clock, 3rd and 3. They got to get the first down before they think of anything. If they can get a first down and clock the ball, they still have a shot here.
Yep, and Woodlawn's content with 8 DBs in the game and really one nose guard. Everybody else is standing up.
Low snap, got it. Pass. Caught. And it's a first down.
Caught by Taylor,
On the left side.
Who's just met with a defender.
They're going to have to clock this fast. 35 seconds down
he's
the clock
on the center.
And he does. So now 31 seconds. And so they've run about 26 seconds off the clock, and they've only gotten about 20 yards downfield.
15, 20 yards.
So they need to be a little more efficient with this time here.
Yeah, not many people are. I mean, you're 8 DBs.
I know,
what
exactly.
routes do you run? You know, I mean, there's really no zone to go sit in. You can't go vertical. They're running too deep. Safety. Quadruples to the right.
Yep.
So like a little hook and lateral here, you know, something to give some. You just can't go vertical the whole time.
Poirier, it looked like he was going to try to go deep. Now he's flushed. Now he's going to throw downfield.
Is it intercepted?
Can't see.
Intercepted.
It is an interception, and that's going to be the ball game. Picked off by Desiree Delmore, number 8.
That's what happens late in the first half at the end of the game, and you got to force it. You know, you're down. You got no choice. You got to go with it.
Hard to see on that sideline. The fans got up, got excited, but you see that's just Delmore making a play right there.
Yeah, 8 DBs. I mean, where do you throw? I mean, the window is extremely tight.
And so they're going to take a knee, and they're going to end this game, and they're going to improve Woodlawn to 500, 3-3. And 2-0 in district. So it looks like after tonight, Woodlawn and Catholic are the teams to beat in 5A.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, you love to see Sanimo's effort. I mean, there was no quitting the Gators.
Nope.
You know, and that's what you want. You want a shot at the end with a chance to win the ball game. You know, I mean, obviously you'd want it to be a little bit different, but you know, you can't complain about this kind of track meet against this kind of team that Woodlawn is.
And this is about what you expect. You expect kind of a close matchup with all these teams, and it's a razor thin kind of edge there between these teams. And it looks like probably with the help of that tough schedule that they had in the offseason, or the non-district play, that they were able to. I guess that helps them out when they're in these tough situations.
Yeah, I guess that can go both ways. You know, it can be tough and you just beat your team down, or you get it. You know, and you come out, you know, victorious, kind of like they did. But it's definitely battle tested, the Woodlawn Panthers.
And now it's going to be tough next week for Sanimo as they have to play against Catholic.
Catholic, yes.
And so they're going to have a tough road to go the rest of the way in District 5A. And so any final words before we wrap it up tonight?
Yeah, look, I'm just looking forward to the district just like you, Jeff. I think there's going to be great games coming in. We got a good one tomorrow night, right? Another EATEL game of the week between Dutchtown and East Ascension. I'm ready for Sanimo, Dutchtown, and then Sanimo, East Ascension. Hopefully I get turf ready for them. You know, that's what we want. But it is extremely exciting to see. This is going to be barn burners the whole time, I think.
And again, don't let this next game tomorrow night trick you or fool you, as Dutchtown's coming in with 1 loss and East Ascension's coming in with 1 win. Those two teams it's a dead heat between those two teams, talent-wise.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good game. EA's big and athletic. Dutchtown's big and athletic.
Yep.
And it is, you know, I think EA throws it a little more. You know, Dutchtown's more run-oriented, and we'll see what happens. You know, I think Coach Lee's going to have his people ready. Obviously, Coach Mastretta is going to have the Griffins ready, and it'll be a little different to see, you know, Dutchtown in their whites and sitting on the visitor side, and how that interaction happens, and how does EA do it? How does Dutchtown handle that little bit of adversity or a little change? So it'll be interesting.
All right. Well, Jeff Pyron, thanks for being out here with us again. And we'll see you next time, hopefully very soon. And that's going to do it. I'm Jeff Porsche. He's Jeff Pyron. Final score, Woodlawn 48, Sanimo 41. We'll be back out here tomorrow night for East Ascension and Dutchtown. You've been watching the EATEL High School Football Game of the Week.